Hey guys, good evening. Guys, if you are able to see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. So today we are going to continue with the Selenium WebDriver commands that we have started yesterday, right? Let me go through the notes once. So here are the list of getting started commands, getting started list commands of Selenium WebDriver. In that, few of the comments I covered yesterday. Remaining comments I am planning to complete today, guys. So let me open this in the new tab so that you guys can see the list of Selenium WebDriver getting started list commands. So from here to here, we already completed yesterday. From here, we started and went till click command in detail. sendKeys and clear command are already covered, but I'm going to cover the sendKeys in depth and clear command in detail. So I'll repeat this for you. Okay, so let's directly focus on the sendKeys command. For that, just close this, open this project, expand this, and here I'll create a new class. Just create a new class. I'll just give the name like sendKeys, sendKeys command demo, sendKeys, sendKeys command demo. And here with main method, I'll create, click on finish. Once I create this class, just give me a second. Let's write this code here. That is Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then say driver dot manage dot driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get command. Then here I'll give the application URL. I'll take you to this application URL, that is obaya.blogspot.com. Copy this URL, paste it here. Once I paste it there, now here I want to enter the text into the search box field, enter the text into the text area field. Using the sendKeys command, we can type the text into the text fields. The text fields can be either text box fields or text area fields, anything you can say. Into any of the text fields, we can enter the text. I'll first take the text box field. I'll right click here and select inspect option for this text box field. The HTML code for this text box field will come. Here we don't have the ID attribute, we have the name attribute. So I'll use a name locator here. Copy this name locator and simply write down driver.findElement by dot name locator, provide the name locator that I copied just now. Here I'll create a web element search box field. Search box field is equal to, hold the mouse on this, create local variable. Web element return type will come as I explained yesterday. Search box field dot sendKeys command I have to use. Inside the sendKeys command, I have to give the text that I want to type into the text box field. Let me run this code and see what is happening. Right click here. I have right click on this code. Okay. Then one more thing, copy it there. Right click here, run as Java application. You will see that Chrome browser will launch. It will get maximized. It will open the application URL in the browser. And after that, it will type my name into the search box field. Okay. Using the sendKeys command, we are able to type whatever the text we want into the search box field. After the page loads, just observe this search box field here. You see my name got typed into the search box field here. Whatever the name I passed into the sendKeys command got typed by the sendKeys command into the search box field. Now, similarly, we can also type the text into the text area field. Just I'll go here and right click, select inspect option. Here we have the ID locator. Copy this ID locator. Okay, for this text area field, we have the ID locator. I'll copy this ID locator and come back here. Here, let it type Arun Motor into the text box field. Similarly, I would like to type some other text by dot ID, provide the ID locator. create the web element for this one. That is text area field 1 is equal to, hover the mouse on this and say create local variable. Simply write down text area field dot send keys. Here write the text, guys. My name is Arun Motori. Okay. My name is Arun Motori. I love Selenium automation. Selenium is one of the most popular test automation tools that are available in the market. Selenium is a set of components like Selenium ID, Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. Selenium WebDriver is a main component of Selenium. Okay, like this, I'll keep on writing a lot of text here, guys. I have written here at the end of the statement, I put a semicolon here. This is a sendKeys command I have written. Let's run this code and see what is happening. Very lengthy text I have written. In the text area field, how this particular text will be written, let's see. Okay, intentionally I have written a very lengthy text here to see the difference between the text box field and text area field. You have to know this. Okay, using the same sendKeys command, we are typing the text. After the page loads, you just observe this text box field. You say Arun Motori. After that, what is happening, guys? All the text that I have given in the sendKeys command has been typed into the text area field. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? All the text that I have entered into the sendKeys command is being typed into the text area field. Single line it has been typed or multiple lines? Tell me, guys. This particular text that I have given as an input to the sendKeys command here, while writing the automation code, has been entered into the text area field in single line or multiple lines? Multiple lines. Okay, but if I give the same text to be entered into the text box field, will it be entered in single line or multiple lines? Will all this text will be entered in a single line or multiple lines in the text box field? If I try to enter the same text in the text box field, will that be entered in a single line or multiple lines? Single line, because in text box field, only one line is possible. Only one line is possible. No matter you press enter or whatever you do, you view this much of text. You see, I'll copy this particular text and paste it here. Do you see multiple lines or single line here? Do you see multiple lines or single line? Only single line is there. No matter how much length the text is, in the text box field, it will be written in a single line. Only whether it is manual or automation. That's the difference between the text box field and text area field. Unlike text box field, text area fields will, if a lot of content is there, that content will be typed in multiple lines in the text area field. That's the difference between the text box field and text area field. No matter what, at the end of the day, whether it is a text box field or text area field, both are nothing but we can call them together as a text fields. Everyone type in the chat box. Text fields. Text box field is a text field. Text area field is also a what? Text field. Both are the text fields. We generally call them as text fields. Text field can be a text box field. Text field can be a text area field. Using which command we can type the text into the text fields like text box and text area fields? Using which command? sendKeys command. Okay, using sendKeys command, we can type the text into the either text box fields or text area text fields. Now, do you think sendKeys command is only this much? Only for typing the text, do you think? Are there any other stuff that we can do with the help of sendKeys command apart from just typing the text here? Is there any other stuff that we can do with the sendKeys command? I'll just comment out this one. I'll just comment this part. You see, sendKeys command has a lot of other purposes also, not just entering the text, guys. We can also use sendKeys command for a different purpose also. What is the different purpose? We can simulate the keyboard keys. Okay, you can simulate the keyboard keys, guys, that I'm going to show you right now. What I'll do here is I'll take you to another application, guys. Let's say I'll take you to another application that is with this application you should understand what we can do with the sendKeys. Okay, I'll just keep it like this and say uncomment this one. Okay, let that be like this only. I'll take one more class here. I'll create a new class. I'll say sendKeys demo2, sendKeys demo2, and one more separate class I'm creating is to demonstrate other purpose of the sendKeys command. Here again I'll write Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get. I will take you to this page. Here, what I want to do is I want to type. I'll take this application URL and give it here. Once I take this application page URL and give it here, the next thing that I want to do is once this application URL is opened in the browser window, what I want to do is I want to enter some text into the search field. Inspect the search box field, and here we have the name locator. ID is not there, so name locator is there. Here I'll write down driver.findElement by dot name of by dot name. Provide the name locator. Provide the name locator. This is nothing but the search box field. Search box field. Over the mouse, create local variable. Now simply say search box field dot sendKeys command. What is the sendKeys command here? I want to type HP text. This is one of the purpose of the sendKeys command. Whatever the text that you will give, that will be entered into the text fields like text box fields or text area fields. Apart from that, what I want to do is after typing this particular text, how to after I type HP here, how can I search, guys? What I have to do in order to search for this HP text? In order to perform search operation of this HP text, what I have to do, guys? Tell me. What I have to do? In order to, I can simply click on the search button, right? I can click on the search button. That's one way, right? Already I typed HP into the text box field. Now, if I want to search this, I can click on the search button. And in the search results, I'll get the product. I can verify that, and that the story is different anyhow. Again, I'll go to the home page. Another way we can perform search operation, I'll tell you. I'll just go to the home page again. Here I'll type HP. Another way, what I can do is instead of clicking on the search button, after typing HP in the same search box field, if I press enter key, manually I'm pressing enter key on my keyboard, guys. The moment I press enter key, what is happening? Is search operation is being performed or not? Without I click on the search button, I press the enter key in the search box field. What happened? I pressed and released the search button. I mean enter key on the. I pressed and released the enter key on my keyboard. While the cursor is blinking in the search box field, I pressed and enter the pressed and released the enter keyboard key on my keyboard. What happened? The HP got searched and we got in the search results. You don't have to click on the search button every time. This is another alternative way of performing the search operation where you can type the text in search box field and press the enter key. Press and release the enter key. You see what happened? Same search operation has been performed. I want to automate the same thing, guys, with the help of the, instead of clicking on that search button, I want to press enter key. What I have to do, I can use sendKeys command. I can use sendKeys command here. And inside sendKeys command, instead of passing the text, if you hover the mouse on the sendKeys command, different variations will be there, guys. You can see the implementation open declaration of the sendKeys command. Char sequence is there. Is any other thing is there? Okay. Whatever it may be, doesn't matter. Another variation is that inside sendKeys command, instead of giving the text in double quotes, we can simply give the name of a predefined class. What is the name of the predefined class here? Keys class. Everyone type in the chat box. Keys is one of the predefined class in Selenium library. Keys is one of the predefined classes in Selenium library, which contains all the keyboard keys. All the static methods in the static variable keyboard keys will be there. Keys dot, which key we want to press? Enter key, right? Type enter here. Are you getting that particular key? Enter keyboard key is a static variable inside the keys class. Okay, if you go to the keys class, I don't know whether we can go here or not. We are able to go. It's an enum, guys. It's not a class. Keys is a enum. It contains all the different list of keys that you can access. It's not a static variable or something that I told you. Keys is like a enum. Enum concept is different, guys. Okay. I'll cover that in the advanced topics of Java in the coming sessions or coming days. Later, after our 50-day sessions are completed, right? We'll look into enums and all those stuff. Okay. So keys dot a list of things. Okay. Keys dot a list of things. For example, day dot Monday, day dot Tuesday. Like that, you can create a day kind of enum. Okay. So similarly, keys dot Keys is nothing but it's not a predefined class, guys. Keys, as I told you just now, is not a predefined class. It's an enum. What is keys is not a predefined class, guys. Okay. Update yourself. Keys is an enum. Everyone type in the chat box. Keys is an enum. Keys is nothing but an enum in Java. It's look like a class, but it is an enum. Okay. Enum concept is completely different, guys. Enum's concept is completely different. Okay. I'll try to explain at a high level instead of going in depth, right? About the enum in Java. I'll try to explain at a high level enum in Java. Set of constants will be there. Set of constants will be there. Those values only will be there. For example, a set of values will be there. User will not add any other value. Let's say if you talk about days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's it, right? Any other day will come? No, right? In that case, days you can create as an enum in Java, guys. Okay. In Java, enum is a short form for enumeration, is a special data type that enables a variable to be a set of predefined constants. A set of predefined constants. If you say color, public enum color, if you say different colors you can give, guys, like blue, violet, yellow, red, all the possible colors you can give here. And if you want to access that colors, with the help of the enum, you can access them. Okay. With the help of the enum, you can access them. Day to day, day.Monday. Switch today, case Monday, Monday are tough. Okay, day.Monday, if you give, you see what is the type of the value you are giving. After you create this enum, here to the day, today, day.Monday you are passing. Day.Monday. Day is, say day is a data type. I mean, you have declared this particular variable with the day enum type. And to that, you can only pass only these values. That is either day.Sunday you can pass, day.Monday you can pass, day.Tuesday will pass, day.Wednesday you can pass, day.Thursday you can pass, day.Friday you can pass, day.Saturday. Apart from this particular days, you cannot pass any other stuff, you'll get an error. Okay. If you try to pass any other thing, you will get an error. So to restrict yourself to pass some list of constants, only from the list of constants, if you want to pass to a particular variable, we generally create an enum in real time. So even I didn't explore earlier that keys thing I didn't explore earlier. So I just thought it is a class, but once we go to the declaration, right, we got to know that it's enum. Enum is nothing but public enum name, like that. Predefined enum Selenium developers have created, that is keys enum, public enum keys. In that case, list of keyboard keys will be there, right? Like enter, alt, up arrow, down arrow, shift, control, space, everything will be there here, guys, in this enum. Okay, in the keys, if you go to this keys enum, you can see a lot of things. You see how many keyboard keys are there? You see F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. All the keyboard keys are there. Total different type, page down, home. Lot of things will be there, guys. Okay, lot of things will be there. Home is there, end is there, page up is there, escape is there. Like that, all the different type of keyboard keys are there as part of this. Okay, sendKeys of keys.enter. Keys is an enum, and enter is one of the constant of the enum. Okay, a lot of list of constants will be there in the keys enum. In that, enter is one of them. So hope you have understood what is enum at a high level, but later when time comes, I'll cover Java in a very detailed manner. At that time, we'll explore about enum in a detailed manner, but this is not the right time for us. But type safety and all the advantages are there. If you don't want the user to give some other value apart from the list of constants that are mentioned in the enum, then generally in real time we create an enum base. But let's not deviate ourselves. So let's focus on the Selenium automation right now. And keys is an enum, and enter is one of the constant of the enum. So the moment I do this, what will happen? sendKeys command is not only for typing the text into the text fields. sendKeys command can also simulate the pressing and releasing of the keyboard keys. Here, enter key will be pressed and released immediately. What will happen? Search operation will happen or not? Search operation will happen or not, guys? What do you say? Search operation will happen or not? After typing HP, after typing HP, if you press and release the enter key, the search operation will happen or not? Is it happening? If you get this product in the page means, search page means, search is happening or not? Yes or no? Tell me, guys, is it happening? Yes or no? Yes, it is happening, right? The search operation is happening because after typing HP, we have just pressed and released the enter key. Pressed and released the enter key. What happened? Search operation has been happened here. We got that in the search results. Another purpose of the sendKeys command is, apart from typing the text into the text fields, we can also use sendKeys command for pressing and releasing the any of the keys that you want. Okay, on that particular field you can press. Many other examples I can show you, but that will waste our time, guys. Okay, we can press the tab key and many other stuff. Okay, we can press the tab key also. Okay, so like that, many things are there, but I don't want to do that. Okay, you can experiment on that. So I'll give you an assignment here. Okay, what you have to do is go to this application, tutorialsninja.com/demo application. Go to this, and from there go to the login page. After you go to the login page, here type the email address. Okay, here type the email address, valid email address into the email field. After that, you have to press the tab key. You have to press the tab key using sendKeys command. Press and release the tab key. The moment you press the tab key, what will happen? The cursor will go to the password, and then without without locating this password field, you have to enter the text into the password field 1 2 3 4 5, let's say. Okay, after that you have to press the tab key. Again you have to press the tab key. The control, once it is there on the login button, you have to press and release the enter key. Then login should happen. You have to verify that login is happening or not. This is the assignment that I'm giving to you, where a lot of keyboard keys you have to press and release. Okay, as part of that process. Try to do that, guys. If you want to gain the confidence, try to do that. I can show you, but everything I don't want to explain. Already I covered here how to simulate the keyboard keys and all. Okay, you can try that as an assignment, guys. It will help you in going to the next level for sure. Okay, that is the assignment I want to give for you. So using the sendKeys command, you can not only type the text into the text fields, but also you can also press and release the keyboard keys. Okay, like that, many other purposes may be there, but these are the major purposes that I covered in the session. Ongoing basis, if you come across any other purpose of sendKeys command, I'll cover that. Okay, next command is what? Clear command. What is the clear command, guys? Using the clear command, we can clear the text from the text box or text area fields. Let's go to this application. Let's refresh this page. By default, when I open this application page, there's a text box field which is coming with preloaded text. I want to clear this particular Selenium WebDriver text. Okay, it's coming with Selenium WebDriver text. I want to clear this. After that, I want to clear the cat was playing in the garden kind of text that is there in the text area field, text area field also I want to clear. This particular text I want to clear. This particular text also I want to clear. So what I will do here is I'll create another class. I'll simply name that as clear command. Clear command. One by one command I'll cover today, guys. Don't worry. Okay, in a detailed manner I'm covering these sessions. Okay, no one will cover in this depth, and I'm trying my level best in making you guys kind of confident just by listening only, not even by practicing. Okay, but if you practice, that will make you very good at Selenium automation. Okay, this many examples no one will give you for this commands, guys. They'll simply bind up the commands. So make sure that you watch the sessions at least to get the confidence. Okay, driver.manage.window.maximize. You see how many times we are writing these commands. It should get noted in our brain, and our subconscious mind should remember this. And whenever we have to write automation scripts, right, it should be like driving a bike. Okay, we should learn something in such a way that we are driving a bike or something. So once you know how to drive a bike, no one has to teach you every day, right? After 3 months also you will drive the bike. Okay, so it should store in our subconscious mind. That's how we have to practice and learn the things. Okay, so hoping that anyhow. So here what I will do is I'll give this application page URL. After that, I'll come back here. I would like to clear the text in this preloaded text. Inspect this particular text box field, which is having the Selenium WebDriver preloaded text. Let's see whether it has any locator. ID locator is there. Copy this ID, create the web element, driver.findElement by.id. Provide the ID locator of that particular thing. You can create a web element, or directly by using method chaining mechanism, you can say directly dot clear command also we can use here. Either you can create a web element or you can use a clear command. Dot clear command. This is a method. If you want to reduce the number of lines, you can go with the method chaining mechanism that I covered in the previous session. Driver.findElement by.id clear. This will clear the text from the text box field. Okay, and here in the text area field, inspect this text area field. Here we have the ID. Copy this ID and simply write down driver.findElement by. So this particular text box field has an ID, text area field has an ID, but what about this text area field where the text is available? Cat was playing in the garden. Let's inspect that. I was inspecting a wrong text area field where text is not available. I have to inspect the text area field where the text is available. By default, cat was playing in the garden should be there. And does it have an ID, or does it have any name, or does it have any class name, or that is a is that a link text type anchor tag? No. In that case, if I want to create the locator for that, right click here. Already selector sub is installed, right? I can right click on this. Where is selector sub option? Why it's not coming today? Let's click on this. Why the right click option is not coming here? Oh, sorry, here I have to right click, right? Sorry, I'm right clicking on the HTML code. Okay, this is not the right way. I have to right click. Sometimes, things will not work. Okay, right click here in the text area field. You'll get selector sub and simply say copy relative XPath. Let's assume. Go here and simply write down, since ID is not possible, name is not possible, class name is not possible, link text is not possible. I can go with CSS or XPath. I'm going with XPath now. I'll go with XPath expression. Provide the XPath. Sorry. If you don't feel this XPath expression is good, we can write by ourselves, guys. Okay. I'll teach you how to create your own. This is very big, guys. Okay. I don't recommend using this kind of XPath expression. Okay. Where it doesn't look good for me. So what I will do here is I'll take the label of this. Just see how I'm creating the XPath expressions. Okay. I'll teach you how to create such kind of XPath expressions in the coming sessions. Okay. Here H2 class title is there. Control F /H2 @ class is equal to title. After that, / text area. Will not understand this how I am doing this. Text area center. The text area, right? Text area / text area H2. Okay, this is not under this one, so I have to write /following. You will not understand what is /following. I'll say text area here. Okay, then one of two are coming. This is 1, this is 2. I'll provide the circular brackets. You see this much complex, XPath expression, which is an optimized one I'm creating, because I know how to create the XPath expressions from scratch. You guys don't know how to create the XPath expressions or CS selectors from scratch. But if you have the good knowledge of XPath expressions and CS selectors from scratch, if you don't want to depend on what this, selector sub is giving, if you don't feel that there is a good one, then you have to create by yourself, right? You cannot depend on the selector sub kind of tool for generating the XPath expressions. Okay, so in the coming sessions here, you see XPath expressions and CS selectors in depth, right? I'm going to explain you and make you guys confident in creating this kind of XPath expressions by yourself. Okay, for now, just follow me. For now, even though you don't understand, if you don't understand, right click here, just blindly go with this copy relative XPath or copy relative CSS, whatever that is. Or let's go with CSS selector. What is happening? Let's see. Right click, selector sub, copy relative CS selector, paste it here. I think this looks good a bit, right? This looks good a bit. Okay, copy the CSS selector here and see whether it is locating the required thing or not. Press enter here. Yes, it is locating, guys. We can go with the CSS. CSS is good for me. Okay, I'll go with whatever that is auto generated by the selector sub. Okay, the CSS selector, but XPath is not good. So I'll go with this one. So here I'll go to this and write down, instead of by.xpath, this XPath is very big and it doesn't look good for me due to some XYZ reasons. I don't like this. So what I'll do is by.css selector I'll take. At least CSS selector generated by selector sub is better. I can judge that. And simply what I want to do that, I want to clear that. I want to clear the text. .clear. Okay. Not only the text that is preloaded in the text box field, but also the text that is already there in the text area field also will be cleared now. Run this code. Observe that using the clear command, we can clear the text in the text box field. We can clear the text in the text area field also. First, it will open the Chrome browser, then maximize the browser, then open the application URL, and Selenium WebDriver will wait for the page to load completely. Once the page is loaded, just observe this, guys. Selenium WebDriver is there. Once the page gets loaded, it got cleared. Here, text area field, cat was playing in the garden was there. That also got cleared. That is the purpose of the clear command. Is everyone clear with the clear command? Guys, is everyone clear with the clear command? Just type this in the chat box if you guys are clear with the clear command. Great. Okay, then we'll move on to the next one. That is, we are done with sendKeys command, clear command now. Now let's go with the getText command. Okay. So as part of software testing, there may be some situations where we have to verify something is available on the page or not. Okay. For example, when I test this particular application, as part of the client requirements, I have to verify whether this particular page is displaying this practice automation here text. I have to verify whether practice automation here text is coming here or not. What I have to do, guys, to confirm whether the practice automation text here text is coming or not, what I have to do, I have to retrieve this particular text from the web page and print in the output console or compare that whatever it is. Okay, I have to write some code like that, right? So how to write the code? For that, I'll use a command known as getText command. What is the name of the command? Everyone type in the chat box. getText command demo. getText command. Everyone type in the chat box the name of the command, that is getText. getText is the name of the command, guys, that we have to use for retrieving the text from the application page. Okay. So in some situations, we can use the getText command to retrieve the text from the page or the element. Okay. Here, let's say practice automation here is one of the web element, yes or no. Even though it is a text, we can call it as a web element, yes or no. This button is a web element. This text box field is a web element. This drop down field is a web element. This particular simple text is a web element. Everything that you see on the web pages is called as a web element. If you want to retrieve this particular text from this practice automation here kind of web element, what we have to do, we have to right click on this web element, select inspect option, and you'll get the HTML code here. Before we go to the HTML code, let's write the code here. Chrome driver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. This command is very important, guys. Okay, just just observe this carefully what I'm trying to do. Driver.manage.window.maximize similar commands. Driver.get command. Here I'll provide the application page URL. I'll provide the application page URL here. Copy this and provide the application page URL. Once I provide the application page URL here, what I want to do is I want to retrieve this particular text and compare whether correct text is displayed on this page or not. Okay, client expected text is displayed here or not as part of this web element. I'll inspect this web element, and here I got this HTML code for this particular web element. Does it have an ID? Yes, it has an ID. Copy this particular ID and write down driver.findElement by.id. I'm helping Selenium in finding that particular element there. Okay, now put a semicolon, ph text or something. I'll give some web element name. I'll give over the mouse, create local variable, or I'll say ph element. Otherwise, instead of text, I'll say ph element. ph practice automation here element. How to retrieve this particular text? Practice automation visible text, whatever the visible text of this particular element, how to retrieve that? If you clearly observe, this particular text is there between the tags. Can you see that, guys? This particular text is between the paragraph tags. Can you see that? Can you see that, guys? Practice automation here text is between the paragraph tags. Starting tag, ending tag, in between the tags, the text is there. Only such kind of text which is there between the starting and ending tags of the HTML element, you can retrieve with the help of which command? If you are going to use getText command, make sure that whatever the text that is visible on the page should be there in the HTML code in between the starting and ending tags. Then only you can use getText command. If this particular text is not there between the starting and ending tags, can you guys use getText command to retrieve that particular visible text on the page for the web element? Can you retrieve the text if that particular text is not there between the starting and ending tags? Can you do that? No. Okay, it's no, guys. It's not possible. Using getText command, it is not possible. Using getText command, it's not possible. If you are using getText command to get this particular text, you have to make sure that select this text and select inspect option and make sure that this particular text that is visible on the page is between the starting and ending tags of the element in HTML. Then only you can use a getText command. Otherwise, you cannot use a getText command, guys. So here, can I use getText command? Tell me for this paragraph text. Can I use a getText command? By looking at this HTML code, tell me, guys, can I use a getText command? Yes, because this particular text that is visible on the page is between the starting and ending tags of the element. Hence, we can confidently use a getText command here. Hence, we can confidently use a getText command here like this. Put a semicolon here. Whatever the text that is there now, that will be retrieved, and you see string actual text. I'll say actual text. So client is also expecting some text, guys. Okay. As per the client requirement, some expected text is there. Expected text. What is expected text as per the client? Expected text is as per the client is practice automation here. Okay. Now the client, as per the client requirements, as part of software testing, the client may give a requirement where this practice automation here text should be displayed on the web page. For that, we'll write practice automation here, we'll store into the expected text, and we'll compare this expected text with the actual text. If both are matching, means the test is passed or failed. The automation test is passed or failed if both are matching. whatever the text that you have retrieved with the help of Selenium automation get text command, if it is matching with the client given client required text, then the test will pass, right? If I'll write something like this, if actual text dot equals expected text. Equals method is from Java, guys. Equals method is from Java, which will compare two strings. Okay. System.out.println. I'll simply write down test passed. I'll simply write down test passed. Okay. Else I'll write down system.out.println test failed. Now tell me, guys, will the test pass or fail this time? Will this particular test will pass or fail? What do you say? Here practice automation here is there. Here also practice automation here is there. The test should pass, right? Basically, using the get text command, we are retrieving the text from the element. If that particular text of that particular element in the HTML code is between the starting ending tags, get text will retrieve the text between the tags and run the script and observe that whether the text is passing or not will be confirmed just now in a while. Okay, just see the output here. Is the test pass? Yes. If you want me to print the expected text and actual text, I can also print that system.out.println. The client expected text is this one. And whatever the automation script using the get text command, whatever the text we are retrieving is there in the actual text, I will print that also. System.out.println. This is actual text also, which is retrieved from the application page using the get text command. If that particular text is between the starting and ending tags of the element, okay. If that both matches, then only the test will pass. Let's see that expected text will be printed first, then actual text, then whether the test is passing or failing also will be printed. After the page loads, let's wait for the page to load completely. Once the page loads, go and see the output console. You see, this is expected text, this is actual text, this is actual text retrieve using the get text command. Both are same, hence the test got passed. If both are not same, test will fail. Simple. Okay, clear, guys? Clear with the get text command, everyone? Clear with the get text command? Now I'll ask you a few questions. You have to answer me. Now, guys, I'll ask you one question. You have to answer me. I want to get this particular text. Search text. Right click here. Select inspect option of the search button. Now I want to get this search text. Do you see this particular search label of this particular button between the tags here? Do you see that?
No.
Is that there between the starting and ending tags of this particular search button? This search label text? Yes or no?
No.
The search label text is between the starting and ending tags. Actually, we don't have an ending tag here. Only input starting tag is there. Is there any ending tag here? In HTML/input kind of stuff? No, it's not there. Then is it possible for us to use get text command to retrieve the text retrieve the text on this button? Is it possible? Is it possible to retrieve the text on this button? It is not possible with the help of get text command. With the help of get text command, can we retrieve the search text? No. Because the search label text is not between the starting and ending tags of the HTML, hence it is clear cut no. Okay, clear everyone? Where it is possible, where it is not possible, it is clear. What if you really want to retrieve that? There is another command, guys. Okay, if your requirement is to retrieve this particular text on this button, we cannot use get text command, but I am not saying that it's not possible completely. There's another command. There's another command known as get attribute command that I'm going to cover later. Okay, there's one more command known as get attribute command using which we can retrieve the text. Okay, still it is a possibility, but using the get text command, we cannot get the text of that particular label text of that particular button. We cannot get. Okay, using the get attribute command, we can get that. How to do that, I'll explain later when the time comes. Okay, till then we'll go in this way. So everyone clear with the get text command? Use it to retrieve the elements text, that the text between the starting and ending tags of the HTML elements. This is very important. Everyone type in the chat box the text between the starting and ending tags. Get text hyphen. Write the command here. Get text hyphen text between starting and ending tags of HTML. You write that so that you guys will remember. Get text command you type, say hyphen, then write down text between starting and ending tags of HTML can be retrieved, right? Yes, Satya, you are right. Get text between starting and ending tags of HTML element only can be retrieved. Other things
what
cannot.
Is the example of this one, get text?
Yes, what is that?
What is the example for that get text?
Get text is, this is the example. Practice automation here. I gave the example already.
Okay.
You got the idea, right? I already demonstrated right here. Element.getText. Why? Because when I inspect this particular element, you can see that this particular visible text, I want to retrieve this particular practice automation here text. Okay. So that text should be there between the tags. Can you see the text between the starting and ending tags?
Oh, yeah.
Now, so with the help of this ID locator, I can retrieve this particular text. I'll give you one more example if you really want. So submit button, I'll try to inspect here. Can I retrieve, is the submit text, I want to get the label of this particular submit button. Can I use a getText command here? In this example, can I use a getText command? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Why? Why yes? Why it is yes? Because whatever the text that is there on the button is between the starting and ending tags. You can use getText command. You can locate this particular element, this submit button, you have to locate the element, and using the getText command, we can retrieve the text that is there between the button tags, starting and ending tags. Clear now? Clear with the example?
So I just forgot. So getText is the one of the locator? No, right? That's not the locator.
getText is not the locator. getText is a command.
Command. Okay.
It's a command to retrieve the text of a particular web element if that particular text is there in between the starting and ending tags of the HTML code of that particular element. Here ID
Then
is
what is that PAH element? Well, okay, that's the you
it's a
create
web
the
element
object.
I created. You can give any name for this. You can give any name for this. You can directly write driver.findElement by.id dot getText also you can write. If you are following method chaining mechanism, you can directly write driver.findElement by.id dot th dot getText command directly you can use. I have written in 2 lines, but you can make it in single line also. Okay.
Okay.
GetText
Thank you.
is a command. This is the locator for locating that element. This is a locator for locating the element or helping. We are helping Selenium in finding the element with the help of ID locator. After the element is found here, using the object reference of that particular element, we are calling this getText command. The getText command will go to this particular element, look into the HTML code of this particular paragraph element, and see whether there is some text between the starting and ending tags. If there is some text, that will be retrieved by the getText command and will be stored into the actual text. And if I print that, it will retrieve and print like this. Got it? Is that clear now? Or any confusions? You can call it as a predefined method or command, no problem. Okay, it's a predefined method. Technically, it is a predefined method. People also call it command also. Okay, Selenium commands we call. What are Selenium commands? They are nothing but predefined methods, Ramya. Fine? Clear, Ramya? All the things are commands only. You see, maximize command. Okay, then get command. Then getText command. All these are the commands, which are nothing but the predefined methods only. Okay. You see, people generally use terminology, right? Sometimes, like instead of calling it very technical way, right? They will use some terminology. Okay. So the terminology is like, commands. We generally use Selenium WebDriver commands, which are nothing but the predefined methods of Selenium WebDriver API library, technically speaking. Any other questions? Anyone have any other questions here? Anyone have any other questions or any confusion so far? Let me know. If anything you are not able to understand, let me know. Still any confusions are there? If it is clear, just type C in the chat box, guys. If your confusions are clear, just type C in the chat box. Great. Okay. If still any questions are there, no problem, guys. You can keep asking me. GetText is one of the predefined method or command of Selenium WebDriver. You can use this object reference to call this particular method. And we are here locating that particular element and creating the web element here using the object reference of the web element. We are calling the method. This method will retrieve the text between the tags of this particular HTML code of the element. Okay. That's what is happening here. Simple. Then other thing here is we'll go to the next command with very simple commands, guys. Next few commands are very simple commands. These 4 commands, these 2 commands at least are simple commands. These are also simple, but you need to understand something. I'll explain that. First, we'll go to the get title. We'll go to the get title. No matter which application you take, if you want to get the title of the page, you want to get the, for example, if you go to the qfox.com, what is the title of the page, guys? What is the title of the page here? Can you see? When I open this qfox.com, what is the title of the page that is coming as? Can anyone say what is the title of the page? Can you see the title of the page?
Home.
Home hyphen
Home.
qfox. That is the title of the page. Whatever that Title of the page is nothing but the text that is displayed on the tab of that particular browser application browser tab. Okay, when you load the application on the tab, on the browser tab, whatever the text that you see is nothing but the, okay, whatever that you see is nothing but the title of the page. What is this? Page title. Everyone type in the chat box. Home-qfox is nothing but the what? Page title. It's a page title. It's nothing but what, guys? What is that? Technically speaking, manually, if you don't worry about Selenium automation, if someone asks you what is this home-qfox, it's nothing but the page title. If you want to retrieve this page title, why we have to retrieve the page title? You make it a client requirement saying that correct title should be displayed on the application page. As part of software testing, you have to verify whether you got a correct title or not on the page. You got the correct title of the page displayed on the page or not, you want to verify. How to verify as software tester during automation? There should be some command using which we can retrieve the title of this page and verify whether the client expected title is matching with this actual title that is retrieved using the Selenium automation commands, and then compare them. Then we can either pass the test or fail the test, up to you. Now let me come back here and create a new class. I'll just, name of the command is what? Get title command. Everyone type in the chat box. The name of the command is get title command. Command demo, command or method, whatever you say, that's okay. I generally call it as command. Yes, get title is the name of the command, correct. Let's write the script to get the title of the page. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. The semicolon here, Control Shift O, then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get, open the application URL, open the application page URL, guys. That is this application page. I'll take this time qfox.com for the first time I'm taking this. But I want to get the title of this page. When I load this application URL in this browser, okay, when I'm on the home page of this page, I should get the title as home-qfox. Let's retrieve the title. How to retrieve the title? Driver dot, do I have to find an element to get the title of the page? Do I have to find the element? We have to find the element on this page. Not required. It is a browser level command. You see this browser tab, this is not the browser body. This is not the application page body, is not there. It's in the header section. It's a browser related stuff. This URL is a browser related stuff. Okay. This tab is the browser related stuff. For that, you don't have to find the element. Do you have to use findElement command? Not required. Driver dot, directly what I have to say? Get title command I can use. These are the browser. You see, for get command, did I use findElement command? Driver dot findElement dot get, did I use? Or for manage dot window dot maximize, did I use driver dot findElement? No. These commands are also which type of commands? Browser level commands. This get command is also a browser level command. What about get title command? It is also a browser level command. What the get title command of the browser level command will do? It will retrieve the text, title text that is there on this tab, browser tab. Okay. The string page title. You can give any name here, guys. You can give your own name here. Okay. The get text will return you the string text that I am storing into this variable of your own name. And I'm declaring that with the return type of this get title, that is string. Now here system.out.println. If I write page title, what will happen? If I write page title, what will be printed? Using the get title command, whatever the title I got retrieved, right, and stored into the string variable, right, that will be printed here. Okay. Run this code and observe that home-QA is qfox is getting printed or not. Home-qfox. I think it's qfox, right? Not QA. qfox, which is my website and YouTube channel name. Okay, anyhow. So here after the page loads, just go to the output console and see what is got printed, guys. Home-qfox got printed. Okay, home-qfox. This is the name of my channel and website name, or my brand that I'm working on. As a brand, I'm teaching you guys whatever it is. Okay, that's the title of the page. Did we get the title of the page? Yes. But in real time, why do we have to retrieve the title of the page? It's not for printing purpose. Why do we have to retrieve the title of the page using Selenium automation using get title command? You may get a client requirement, something like this. String expected page title. Like this, you'll get a client requirement like expected page title is, it should come as home-qfox. If the client is expecting while designing the application, the client is expecting the title of the page should be home-qfox. Okay. And to see whether we are having the actual title and expected title here, actual page title. Okay, actual page title. This is actual page title. Using the Selenium automation script, we are getting the actual page title. Okay. And what we have to perform as part of software testing, if actual page title, this particular title dot equals the expected page title. We have to validate. As software testers, what we have to do? We have to verify the things. This is what software testers will do, right? System.out.println, test will be passed or failed. Test passed. Okay. Else system dot, if they are not matching, then I'll fail the test. Test failed. Like this, I'll write the code like this. Okay. Using the get title command and getting the actual title. If you want to print the expected title and actual title, you can print it also. System.out.println. Whatever the client is expecting, that is the expected title. System.out.println. Whatever the title we are getting, that's the actual page title. Run this code, right click, run as Java application, and observe that if both matches, test pass will come. If both doesn't match, test fail will come. Let's wait for the script to run here. After the page loading completes, we'll retrieve that page title using the get title command, and it will compare with the actual title and see test got passed. Expected title is same and actual title is same. Actual title we got using the get title command. Okay, using the get title command, we are able to retrieve the actual title. Everyone clear with this? Guys, everyone clear with this example? I'm not only explaining the commands, I'm also explaining the real-time use case. People only cover how to use the commands, but here I'm explaining you in real time why we have to use the commands also I'm covering. Okay. So this is the reason why we use the such kind of get title kind of commands and all those stuff. Okay. Fine. Now similar type of command will come into picture now. This time we are not going to get the title of the page. Rather, you want to get the URL of the page. What if you want to get the URL of the page? Okay. The current page URL you want to get. Earlier, using the get title command, we got the current page title. Current page title we got. Now, current page URL I want. So for that, what is the command we have here? Get current URL is the command. Everyone type in the chat box. In place of get title, I'm going to use the get current URL, which is going to retrieve the URL of the current web page, Okay. Earlier, using get title command, we were able to retrieve the title of the current web page. Now we are going to retrieve the URL of the current web page. What is the URL here? In this particular page, what is the URL here? This is nothing but https://www.qfox.com is the URL. This particular URL I want to retrieve. Why we have to retrieve? We have to verify. Client may have a requirement where the current page is getting a proper URL or not. Okay. Okay. So these things, Ramya, I will not go to the real applications now. So we have a lot of things to be done later. At that time, we'll go. Okay. We have a real end-to-end application to be automated. If I go like this, right, you will get deviated. Okay. That's the reason I'm not going away. Fine. As per our 50 days plan, we'll not deviate anywhere. If I take any other application, right, then it will become very difficult for you to understand. This is only for learning purpose. So there are a lot of applications I'm going to show you how to automate in the upcoming sessions. Till then, you have to wait. We are not going to touch real applications like Amazon, Trivago, or Gmail, Google. We are not going there. Okay. Is that fine, Ramya? Till a while, will not deviate there. If you go there, right, you will get a lot of challenges that will take hours of time for you to solve. Okay. So
yeah, okay. But, actually, here we can easily get the, we can easily trace about regarding the elements. But whereas the real-time applications, it's difficult to trace elements, right?
So for that, you see, for that already for the batch one, if you are in a hurry, right, for the batch one, I already created some videos, guys. Okay. So you can go and watch the videos. Okay. So here, live sessions are there. You see, can you see that? Live sessions folder in the Google Drive. You see, Let Code application. I've taken a different application like Let Code, Red Bus, Make My Trip. Already for the batch one, I completed this one. Okay. So if you are in a hurry, you can do this. Okay. Lot of real-time
I'm not in a hurry, but actually what I'm asking is, you are showing on this QFox
yes.
web app, right?
Yes.
So instead of that, you can directly
No, I will not
demonstrate
take any other applications here until we go and solve the real-time challenges. We are not going to take any other application. Okay. So it's better. I can take any application. Just the purpose is to understand the command, right? So I don't want to go with the deviation. With the deviation, what will happen is, we'll end up wasting our time. Because there is, with a plan, we are going, right? That with a plan, if you are going, I can complete the things in less time. If I keep on creating something new, right? If I, on the go, if I try to get another application and try to do that, right? that will waste a lot of time for us. Okay, that's the reason I'm not going to another applications. But on the once we are completed with something, right, on the weekends we'll go with the live automation challenges, where we'll take any application that you want and we can do whatever you want. Okay, these are only for learning purpose. Just be adjusted for this. Fine, Ramya?
Yeah, okay. In the weekend sessions,
Yeah,
like
weekend sessions we'll go for live automation challenges. Anything you want
yeah.
to, we'll try to, or we'll take a. I have a plan of automating an end-to-end application. Okay, complete tutorials in the e-commerce application. I have 500 test cases are there. I want to automate. Still, that is not started yet. Okay, I want to start it parallelly for batch 1 and batch 2. That's my plan. Till then, right? We'll continue like this. Fine.
Yeah, okay.
Fine. After 50 days only, it will happen. Okay, so already we are in the middle. So let's wait for some more days. Whatever the basics and whatever the important things that you have to understand, we'll understand. After that, the extra sessions will be definitely on the weekends. Okay, going ahead once the time comes. Fine, anyhow. So let's switch back. I want to get the URL of this page, guys. I want to get the URL of this page. Okay. So how to retrieve the URL of the page using the get current URL command. You have to understand about the commands, guys. At this moment, get URL command demo. Okay. Get current URL command demo with main method. Here I'll write the code, guys. That is Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get. Provide the application page URL. What is the application page URL? The same qfox.com. Okay. After going to this application page URL, what I want to do here is I want to click on some link or something. Let's say, let's try to automate something here. What is that I can automate? Let's say about us or something I want to automate, or is there anything that I can automate here? Any article, I would like to click on the tutorials and select mobile testing article. Let's assume that. Okay. So I'll right click on this tutorials, inspect this option, tutorials option. So here, anchor tag is there. There's some text between the anchor tag, but it's not properly there. Some LI is there, some menu item 4247 is there. Copy this, Control F /LI @ ID is equal to, give that ID here and see whether it's getting located. Yes, I'll click on that. And in that anchor tag is there /A. You see, I can create XPath expressions on the fly. In the upcoming sessions, I'll explain you and demonstrate you how to create. Or if you are in a hurry, right, what you can do is right click here, selector sub, copy relative XPath and use that XPath expression. Okay, if you are not in a way to understand, you can do that. By .xpath, give the XPath expression. Very big XPath expression came. Whatever I created is very simple, right? Whatever I created on the fly is very simple. This also will work. This also will work, guys. This also will work. But whatever I created will work in a better way. Very optimized and all. You see, sometimes selector sub may not give you a proper simplified XPath expression. So for that purpose, you have to learn XPath expressions by yourself, that I'm going to cover in the upcoming sessions. And here, what I want to do, I want to click on that. What will happen when I click on the tutorials? It's taking to the tutorials page. Let's say it's taking us to the tutorials page. I'm just clicking on the tutorials. It's taking us to the tutorials page. Now I want to get the URL of this current URL of this page. I want to get the current URL of the page. How to get the current URL of the page? Driver dot get current URL. String current page URL is equal to the return type of the current get current URL is the string type. That's why I gave string there. String type, string current page URL. System.out.println. System.out.println. Current page URL I'll type. Current page URL I'll type. Now run this code and see that in the output console, what should be printed. That after I click on that thing, that is tutorials kind of link, I was taken to tutorials page where I got the URL. Okay. From of that particular page URL, I want to get. So I'll click on the tutorials. It's not taken to as any page. Maybe I double clicked or something. I think I double clicked or something. Only one time click is happening. Maybe I'll inspect on the mobile testing otherwise. It's not clicking and taking us. I'll try it again, guys. Just give me a second. I'll try it again manually. If I click, now I'm being taken, but there I'm not being taken somehow. So how to simulate that is a different story altogether. But we'll do one thing anyhow. We are getting this menu option, right? That's all good. Inspect this, inspect that, and here, yeah, link text is there. Copy this link text. I'll write down here. I'll take to another page, driver dot find element by dot link text style type. Our focus is not on that application automation. Rather, our focus is on get current URL. What we are achieving with the help of get current URL. Dot click, I'll say. I'm clicking on the mobile testing option. And after that, we should be taken to the mobile testing page, mobile testing guide kind of page, and we have to get the URL of that particular page. Let's run this code and see what is happening. Maximize the browser window, open the application page URL. Then I have to click on the tutorials, then mobile testing. Then I have to click on the mobile testing. Is it getting clicked? No. I think it's got clicked or something. I don't know whether it's got clicked or not. It's not working. Somehow it's not working. Somehow it is not working, guys. We got an exception. No such element exception is coming. Unable to element locate this element. Okay, link text is not coming. So what is the problem there? Maybe some difficult things are there. I think so. So right click here, selector sub, inspect option. Is there any frame or something there? Body. Okay, anchor tag. Inside the anchor tag. Okay. I gave my own XPath expression, right? li@id/a I gave. Is that locating this part? I think it's, I'll try this again. Copy this XPath expression, Control Z. I'll just do it in a better way. So what is happening? I want to see Control F, Control V. Only one element is getting located. That is nothing but this element. And just scroll up and see what is there. I think it's all good. There's no problem here. But when I click on that, it's not properly getting clicked. Where it is getting clicked, I have to see. Is it clicking on the arrow mark or just hovering means these options will come, but by clicking on this, should go to the page actually, it's not going there. Okay. What about, I will take another page, guys. I will not waste the time here. I'll go with about us, which is very simple here. Link text locator I can take. Simply I'll write down. I just want to go to another page. That's the only reason I am doing this. But I can solve that problem, but that will waste our time now. That's why I'm taking this one. I can solve that. I have all the different technologies and different mechanisms. I can do that. I simply say click. That at least it will take to about us page. That's okay. If I click on this, if it is taking to about us page and this particular link is coming, that's fine. Let's run this. I want to navigate to a different page by clicking on another option, and I want to get the URL of that particular page to which I navigated to. Okay. After clicking on this about us link, whatever the page I'm going there, the current URL of the page I want to get. Okay. Now I am going to click on the about us. Is the about us got clicked? There's some small problem, guys. There is some small problem. What is the problem? No such element exception. So why we are getting some no such element exception is, you see, whenever the page is loading, there is small glitch, guys. You see, whenever the page is loading, immediately these options are not coming. Okay, when you run the script here, when I run the script here, just observe that carefully. Why the problem is coming, just observe that. Small jerk is coming. Okay, this happens with real applications. After the page loads, you see, some kind of small jerk has come. Okay, so what I will do here is, I'll just add, before clicking on about us, I'll just add thread.sleep command from Java. So I'll just give some 3 seconds of duration. Over the mouse, ignore the exception. So this is from Java, guys, which will halt the program for 3 seconds. Okay, the current thread that is running in this program will be halted for 3 seconds. The current thread which is running the program will sleep for 3 seconds. After waiting for 3 seconds, it will continue. So in such kind of cases where you get this kind of temporary glitches, for a while we'll use thread.sleep. But in Selenium automation, we have other mechanisms going ahead, but I cannot cover them right now. So I'm using thread.sleep from Java for a while. It will halt the program for 3 seconds. It will halt the program for 3 seconds. 3000 milliseconds means 3 seconds. Okay. After the page loads, after 3 seconds, it has to click on the about us. It has to click on the about us. It's not still after 3 seconds, it has to click, guys. Is it clicking? No, it's not clicking. So there is some problem here. What is the problem? We have to identify. We are getting still no such element exception. So to identify the problem, there is one way, guys. To quickly do that, there is one way. I'll right click on this, select inspect option. This is HTML code that is coming. And here, if you already have installed selectors over here, Go to this last tab and say select a sub. So, and select this one. I don't think there's a problem here. I don't think there's a problem here. But why the problem is coming? Anyone can guess?
Shut down your
Okay, why this tab has come out? Okay, maybe this is came because of this link. Keypads. That's okay. Test. I clicked on test trigger here. That's the reason. I got the CSS selector here. I'll copy the CSS selector. I'll try the CSS selector and see without link text what is happening. I'll remove this thread.sleep for a while. Driver.findElement by dot. I'll use a different locator. By dot CSS selector. Provide the CSS selector locator and say dot click. At least this will work or not. Let's see. Dot click. If it does not work, I have another solution. I can go with another solution, guys. Here our purpose is get current URL is getting deviated. As you can see clearly, see that it's getting deviated. If I take the real-time applications, right, this is what is the problem. Even qfox.com is a real application. Okay, that's why the problem is coming. At least it has taken us to the about us page. After that, it has to retrieve the URL of the page. We don't have to investigate why it happened, but we are getting the solution. You see, the current page URL got retrieved or not? Yes or no? The current page URL got retrieved using the get current URL command or not? Okay, that is important, guys. Okay. So even I do a small deviation going to the real applications, you see, this kind of problems will come in real time. So how to investigate and how to do the stuff, it will confuse you guys, okay? It will make you feel that the automation is very hard and difficult. That's the reason I generally don't want to go until and unless it is required. I'll not go there to the real applications, okay? But this one, when I give the CSS selected, it is working fine. That's okay. That's okay, guys. Okay, let's close that. Now you understood the concept, right? It will retrieve the URL of the current web page. Current page, that's done. That is a get current page URL. Okay, get current page URL. What else is there now? We are done with these commands. Get title is command is completed. Get current URL command is completed. Now we have the close command. Every time I'm running the script, guys, whether you take this command or whatever the command, every time I'm running the script, what is happening? For example, if I run this command, that is same get current URL command. Let's assume the same script I'm going to run. Just observe that, guys. At the end of the automation script, is a browser getting closed automatically? At the end of the automation script, is a browser getting closed automatically? What do you think? Till now, we have seen that, right? Is a browser automatically getting closed? It went to the about us page or about me page. And is a browser open? Whatever the browser window that is opened by the automation test software, Chrome is being controlled by automation test software is being closed. I am manually closing every time. I am manually closing every time when the script is executed. Don't worry about that error. Don't worry about the reason. Maybe the locator is wrong. Okay, the type of the locator we have to change. That's the only reason, Preeti. Fine. We have not given a proper locator there. Is that okay, Preeti? The proper locator is not given. That's why we got no such element exception. There is no other reason. Okay. Fine. Anyhow, the focus point here is once I run the script here, at the end of the script, the browser is not getting closed. I have to manually close the browser instance that is opened by the automation script. So what I can do is with the help of the close command, I can do that, guys. Okay. So the next command is what? Everyone type in the chat box the name of the command. Close command demo. Close command is the name of the command. Everyone type in the chat box. Close command is the name of the command that I'm going to demonstrate now. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then driver dot and say Control Shift O. Then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get command. I'll take you to one application URL. Let's say omy.blogspot.com. I want to do some operations on this application. Let's say I want to after going to this particular page, I want to do some operation like I want to type some name into the text area field. I'll right click inspect this text area field. I'll get the HTML code of this text area field. I'll get the HTML code of the HTML field. It has an ID. Copy this ID locator. Come back here to the code driver.findElement by.id. By.id. Provide the ID locator. Provide the ID locator. Say dot sendKeys command. I'll type my name into the text area field. Arun Motori. Done. Put a semicolon here. And if I run the script, will the browser will automatically close at the end of the script? After typing my name into the text area field, is the browser will get closed automatically? Will the browser will get closed automatically? The answer is simply no. You see, the script is running. After the page loads, my name will be typed into the text area field. After my name got typed into the text area field by the automation script, is the browser getting closed? Is this particular browser getting closed? I have to close it manually. Now, what if I want to close it automatically? I would write driver dot which command? Close command. What is the predefined method or command of Selenium WebDriver which will close the browser after the task is completed, after the automation script is executed? If you want to close the browser, which command I have to use, guys? Everyone type in the chat box, close command. Everyone type in the chat box, close command. It's a browser level command. In order to close the browser, do you have to find the element? Guys, tell me, in order to close the browser, they have to find the element and close. Is it required to find the element and close? No, you can simply close the browser.
No, it's predefined.
Since close command is a browser level command, you don't have to find the element. Okay, it's a browser level command. So now you see that, guys, script will be very fast. Just observe that carefully. The script will be very fast. We will simply open and close, okay, automatically. You'll not be able to see the results also. You see browser is opening, maximizing, opening the application page URL. Once my name is typed into the text area field, immediately it will close the browser, guys. You see, immediately it got close the browser. Some kind of socket exceptions will come. Ignore the exception, guys. Okay, this coming from some versions of Selenium. That's okay. It's like you are giving a glitch, a kind of shock you are giving to the Selenium automation, and it's unable to decide what is happening. Okay, socket exception will come, but don't worry, it's not a real thing that you have to worry about. Okay, it's coming these days. If you use driver.close, right, it will come. So don't worry whether if you get a socket exception also, you don't have to worry. Okay, how to overcome the socket exception? If anyone have a solution, we'll find it out. We'll find it out in Google, like because it's not something from our fault. It's something from the Selenium WebDriver fault. Okay. I'll search like this. Connection reset. This kind of exception is coming. Why it's coming? I'm seeing Java.NET socket exception connection almost every time I use a driver.close or driver.quit statements. The browser does get closed and exception isn't affecting any of my tests so far. But I would still like to understand why this is happening. I check for a version incompatible, but the issue persists even after I updated my Chrome driver. Okay, the issue but occurs about 80% of the time. Okay, this is not in our hands, right? You see, this kind of error is coming. Okay, are you using driver listeners? If yes, then driver is getting called even after quitting, and hence as the name of the exception says there's an issue in the connection between the Chrome driver and Chrome browser. It's not the real thing. I was getting some error, but it was resolved after changing Selenium version. You see, it's all about Selenium version or something, guys. Okay, there is no particular solution for this. Just try to find out if anyone have find the any solution for this. Anyone have found any solution for this? You see 4.6.16.1 version also you're getting that they are saying. Okay, we are actually who is managing this particular driver? When you're closing the browser, who is managing this particular driver? Who is managing this driver? Selenium manager is driving the driver. Okay, here we have the Selenium manager here in our Selenium WebDriver library, this jar file. This is actually taking care of closing the browser and all. It's not in our hands. Maybe the issue is from the Selenium guys only. They are saying, you see, I cannot reproduce the issue. Okay, this is one of the important developer at Selenium WebDriver developer. He is okay. He's saying I cannot reproduce. Okay, they have closed this. They are not doing anything on that, but the issue is coming, guys. Okay, but the issue is coming, but maybe randomly it may come. Some versions of Selenium it will not come. Some versions of Selenium it will come. We'll go to another page and see if there is any solution for this.
Actually, maybe the Chrome browser version.
I don't think so. If there's a problem with the Chrome browser version, what should be the case then in that case? I don't think it's a problem with the Chrome browser. Okay. Okay. I'm just seeing if there is any solution for that. Okay. My application, okay, protocol exception connection. I changed it, post set header content type application XML. That is, I don't think this is a thing. Okay, in which line it's coming? Let's see. In which line it is coming? You don't have to worry about this. Investigate also. It's not required, but I'm still showing you that we got an exception here. You cannot see, you see HTTP client and no particular line in our script is giving this particular exception. As I can see here, all are 401 something is there. The particular line is not giving, but I'm suspecting that this particular line is giving the exception. I'll do one thing. I'll just provide try catch block here. I'll try to resolve the exception here. Try catch. In Java, we have try catch, right? Throwable, I take throwable, the higher level thing, T. I just don't do anything, okay? If any exception comes, I don't want to do anything. Let's see whether the exception is coming still or not. I'm just following this kind of technique to resolve the error, but it's not really required. Even you get the exception also, you don't have to worry much. Even you get the exception also, you don't have to worry much. Still it is coming, guys. Even after throwable also it's coming, so we can't do anything. It's not in our hands. We can leave it. Driver.close, okay? Okay, anywhere anyone have given? Selenium WebDriver, socket exception, socket exception. It's not the one. Fix WebDriver error. No, this is not the one. Okay. Okay, I'll try to upgrade also. Let me give it a try. I'll try to upgrade my browser. Help about Google Chrome. It's getting updated now. Chrome is up to date now. I'll close all this stuff. And now run the script. Right click run as Java application. This time let's see. But we are not giving any Chrome driver, right? We are not giving any Chrome driver. Selenium manager is automatically managing for us. Is that coming? Still it's coming. Okay. Who is managing the driver? Chrome driver. Who is managing the Chrome driver? Selenium manager is managing the Chrome driver.exe file somewhere. Okay. Which Chrome driver it is taking, we don't know. Maybe it is not using a proper one, maybe. Okay. Maybe it's not using a proper one. We don't know. Okay. It's out of our hands, guys. Okay. It's out of our hands. Maybe we can do one thing is that we can change the version of Selenium. Then go to the pom.xml file and try to change the version of the Selenium and see if from the previous versions it is working fine or not. Go to the dependency tags. Here. 21.0 is there. What if I go with 20? Let's see, save this. Come back here. Maybe it is a version issue. We don't know. Let's try this out. But you don't have to investigate this much also. Even though exception comes, you can ignore that, okay? Even though that particular exception comes, you can ignore that. Not a problem. I've run the script. 20.0 version. Let's see with 20.0 we are getting that issue or not. Yeah, still it is coming with 20.0. What if I try with 19.0, 14.19.0? Let's try that. See if that is a version issue or it's a general issue. I'll just paste that in the chat box. Give me a second. This time I'll paste. Even that comes also, you can ignore, guys. No issues, because when we go to test engine and all, right, it will not come. I've seen that. In real time, it will not come anyhow. With main method only, it's coming. So no need to worry much. Yeah. WebSocket on error. Okay, I'll just paste that in the chat. You can take it. Okay. Okay, someone has written something. Chrome driver versions and browser versions. Imagine you are writing a Selenium test to automate a web application login process. The web server is down for maintenance. A socket might occur when your test scripts try to establish connection with unavailable server. Okay, that's the reason for the socket exception. Okay, the server, you see, suddenly you're closing the browser. Selenium is not able to do a smooth landing. You're able to understand, right? Guys, you are going on a flight. What will happen when you go on a flight? When your flight is landing, always have you experienced the smooth landing or sometimes it is a rough landing? Tell me, guys. Always it is smooth landing for you. Hope you guys have traveled by flight, right? Hope you have traveled by flight. Every time it may not be smooth landing, right? So what happens? Sudden jerk will come sometimes. Sometimes jerk will come. Here also same thing is happening. Now Selenium is thinking that it itself is closing the browser, and as sudden shock, it's thinking that the connection between the server is lost, the browser is closed, it's thinking, okay? So that such kind of stuff it is, okay? Sudden jerk it is giving, the who are the programmers who have written the code for the close command have not written in a proper way, okay? They have not in a proper way. They have to do a smooth landing. They have not done a smooth landing here, okay? They have to, this is a problem not with our case, it is a problem with the Selenium developers itself, okay? Selenium developers have to modify the script or the code that they have written for the close command to do the smooth handling. Maybe we can give some thread.sleep. We can try that out and see if this is solving the problem. Some 2 seconds I'll give and before closing the browser. Ignore the exception. Thread.sleep will halt the program for 2 seconds. From Java library, we have thread.sleep. We'll halt the program for 2 seconds. And after that, it will close the browser. Instead of immediately closing, we are trying to halt the program for 2 seconds and closing. Let's see what is happening. If still it is not solving, you can ignore that, guys. No need to do R&D on this because it's not in our hands. It's from the Selenium library. Developers of Selenium have to modify this stuff. Okay, after 2 seconds, it has to close the browser. Still, we are getting socket exception. We can ignore that. Okay, there is no use of waiting. Also, there's no use of waiting. If you are getting socket exception, ignore that. Ignore the socket exception. Ignore the socket exception. Ignore the socket exception. Clear, guys? Everyone clear? This is not from our end. Everything is being managed by Selenium. The driver is managed by Selenium. Appropriate driver has to be selected by Selenium only because of Selenium manager, and the browser version accordingly it has to check. So it's not in our hands. So you can ignore that. Okay, you can ignore that, guys. Okay, fine. The next command. What is the next command we have? What is the next command we have? We can ignore that. Don't do any investigation or something. It's not really required. Even you do investigation, you will point out to the same thing that Selenium developers have to fix the problem. Selenium developers have to fix the problem. That is not in our hands. No matter what you do, the exception will not go away. So just ignore that. Maybe we can use different commands which are not actually giving that kind of exception. Okay. We have other alternative commands, instead of close command, we have other alternative command also that we can use. Maybe in that case, let's try our luck to see whether it is working fine or not. What is the next command we have, guys? What is the next command we have? Everyone type in the chat box or the name of the next command. What is the name of the next command here? Quit command. You see, close command is closing the browser. Quit command also will close the browser, guys. Okay. I'm demonstrating the quit command here, but there is a difference. I'm going to cover that later. Quit command demo. With main method, I'm creating, click on finish. And here I'm going to write Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then I'm going to write Control Shift O. Then I'm going to write driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get command. Here I'll give the application page URL. omai.blogspot.com. I'll repeat the same automation script. After that, what I want to do is I want to go to this text area field and type some text into the text area field. Right here, select inspect option. Select inspect option. The HTML code of the text area field will come here, and it has an ID. Copy this ID locator. Come back here, write down the code driver.findElement by.id. Here, write by.id. Provide the ID locator of the text area field and simply say .sendKeys. And here type the text, whatever the text you want to type into the text area field, you type it. I type my name into the text area field. And after that, after typing my name, I want to quit the browser. Driver.quit. I would like to quit the browser, guys. Okay. Let's see what is happening here. Let's see what is happening. Right click, run as Java application. Whether it is closing the browser or not, let's see. After typing my name into the text area field, is it closing the browser or not? Let's see. Similar to close command, we can use quit command also to close the browser. But there is a difference between close and quit that I'm going to cover next. Just observe the text area field. It will type my name into the text area field. After the page loads, it is going to type my name. After that, immediate. This time, did you get socket exception? Guys, did you get socket exception with quit command? No. Close command, there is a problem, right? It's not soft landing. As we already guessed, close command from Selenium WebDriver, guys, is not soft landing. It's not safely landing us. It's giving a jerk, and because of which a socket exception, because of some technical reasons, it is coming. We don't have to investigate more about that. Kind of confusion is coming where for Selenium that, okay, suddenly something happened. Okay, it's in a shock kind of stuff. Okay, that is the thing that is happening with the close command. It's not doing a smooth landing. If the problem is rectified from the Selenium WebDriver, guys, then it will do a smooth landing. But quit command don't have any problem here. You see, it's smoothly closing the browser without any issues. Quit command has the code written by the software Selenium developers have written the code for the quit command in a proper way where smooth landing is happening. So going ahead, I'm going to use quit command, guys, instead of close command, because close command is not working properly and giving me the socket exception. Whether I want to close a single browser or whatever it is, I can use a quit command anyhow. Either I can use close command or quit command, doesn't matter. Okay, then what is the difference between the close command and quit command? You may have got a question, right? Guys, do you have that question? What is the difference between close? If close is going to close the browser and quit is also going to close the browser. So what is the difference? So what is the difference between close and quit command?
The difference is like the close command close the current URL, and then the quit command quits from the all the programs.
Yeah, I'll tell you in a better way. So here, let's take this application as omaya.blogspot.com application. Now, how many browser windows are there here? How many browser windows are there? Tell me. When I open this application page URL in the browser, how many windows you can see here from the omaya. How many windows you can see? Only one window is there. But what if I click on the selenium143.blogspot link? Another tab is coming. Can you see another tab? This particular link is opening in a different tab here. Now, how many windows are there? How many windows are there now? Now 2 are there. First tab is first window, and second one is the second window. Okay. Second tab is the second window. Now, apart from that, I would like to click on open a pop-up window link. When I click on that, a pop-up window is coming. Now, at this moment on the screen, how many windows are there? 3 windows are there, total 3. So first original window is the original window, and when I click on the link, a tab came, that is the second window, and a pop-up window came, that is another window. Now, if I use driver.close, out of these 3 windows, which window will get closed? Tell me, guys. If I use driver.close, the current window is which one? You have to give me the title of the page. You see, if you think this window will close, omayo qfx.omayo, you have to type. If you think Selenium 143 will close, then type Selenium 143 in the answer in the chat box. If you think new window will close, just type new window in the chat box. Which one is a focused window? Which one is a focused window out of these 3 windows now? Omayo window or Selenium 143 or new window? Which one is a focused window? Everyone type in the chat box. What do you think is a new, what is a focused window? You can tell me. Everyone is saying new window. So if I use driver.close, it will close a new window. Will it close this new window or Selenium 143 window or Omayo window? Which window it will be closed? Tell me, guys. Everyone type in the chat box. No matter what, whether the answer is right or wrong, try to give a guess. So a lot of people are giving the votes for new window. Few people, one person has given the vote for Selenium 143. Few people are giving the votes for Omayo. Okay, there are 3 windows possible. In that, which is the focus window? So here, driver.close will close active window. Which window will be closed? Active window. What is the active window? No matter how many windows are opened here, Selenium focus on which window? Selenium focus is there on which active window it is there. It is a parent window, that is Omayo window only. Okay, no matter how many windows will come up, the Selenium focus will be there on the main window only, original main default window only. So other windows, Selenium, it looks like, visually it looks like when you open the pop-up window, it looks like we came to this window. But Selenium is still there on the Omayo window only. So now tell me, guys, which window will be closed with the help of driver.close? Out of these 3 windows, which window will be closed? Selenium focused window will be closed. Where is the Selenium focus right now? After even opening all these windows, where is the Selenium focus still? On the Omayo window only. No matter how many child windows will come from the parent window, the focus of the Selenium is still there on the original parent window only, that is Omayo default window only. Selenium focus has not moved to Selenium 143 or new window. It's not going to happen, okay? Until we manually change using Selenium automation script, it is not going to change the focus. So the current focused window is Omayo window only, guys. The answer is what? The answer is Omayo window will get closed. I'll do this, guys, okay? I'll try to automate this and practically prove you that how the close command is only closing the current focused window of Selenium, that is Omayo window. Okay, for that I'll write the automation script. So here I'll create another class. I'll just name this class as close versus quit command. Okay, close versus quit command. Okay, or close with close command multiple windows. Like this also I can write multiple windows demo. When there are multiple windows, if I use the close command, which window will be closed? The parent window will be closed. The parent window, the focus of the Selenium will still be there on the parent window only, even though no matter how many child windows will come during the automation script, the original opened parent window only will be the focus window, and Omayo window will be closed here. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get command. Provide the application page URL. Provide the application page URL here. That is, I'll give omayo.blogspot.com as application page URL. Copy this URL and paste it here. And after that, I want to first click on this pop-up window. Let's say I want to click on this pop-up window. Where is the pop-up window link? Somewhere it will be there now. Here somewhere we will see a pop-up window. Inspect this link. So open a pop-up window. It is a link text. Copy this link text. Come back here and driver dot findElement by dot link text between the anchor tags I'm going to give here, and simply say dot click. What will happen when I click on that particular link? Once I click on this, open a pop-up window. What will happen? A new window will come. Apart from that, what I want to do here, I want to click on the selenium143.blogspot.com link. It has an ID, guys. I'll copy this ID, and here simply I'll come to the script and write down driver.findElement by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of that particular link, which will open in the new tab, and click on that. When I click on this particular link, it will open a new tab. You see at this moment how many windows are there now? 1, 2, and 3 windows are there parallelly. I'll close all this stuff now. We'll see this in automation now. Run the script, right click, run as Java application, and observe that Chrome browser will launch. It will maximize. It will open the application page URL, which is a parent window will be opened. After that, when we click on the open pop-up window link, child window will come. After you click on Selenium 143, a child window tab will come. Okay, just observe the screen. What is happening on the screen? After the page loads, first pop-up window came, then new tab also came. Now at this moment, how many windows are there? At this moment, how many windows are there? How many windows are there? Total how many windows came during Selenium automation? Total 3 windows came. Now if I use driver.close, which out of these 3 windows will be closed? As I mentioned, omayo.blogspot.com will be closed. Remaining 2 windows will stay like this. Okay. So let's see. Here I'll say driver.close here. Driver.close. When the socket exception doesn't matter here. Right click, run as Java application. The close and quit command are different, guys. When there are multiple windows, close command will only close the current focused window only. Okay. Selenium focus will be there on the parent window only until you use some commands to make the differences. Okay. You see, after a while, what happened, guys? Which window got closed? Out of these 3 windows, which window got closed? Selenium window 143 is still there. New window is still there. Which window got closed? Tell me. Which window got closed by the driver.close? As you can clearly see in the output, Omayo window got closed. The original parent window got closed. Remaining 2 child windows are still there, right? That's how the driver.close will close. Okay. Selenium current focused parent window will be closed. Okay. No matter how many child windows will open up, Selenium will not change the focus to new windows. Rather, it will stay the focus on the original window only. That original current focused window only will be closed until, okay. will be closed, remaining windows will not be closed using the close command. What if your requirement is to close all the windows? No matter what windows will come, if you want to close all the windows, can I use close command or quit command? Which command I have to use, guys? They have to use close command or quit command. If I want to close all the windows, irrespective of whether that is currently focused window of Selenium WebDriver or whether it is a child windows or parent windows, doesn't matter. Without any differentiation, if I want to close all the browser windows, then which command I have to use? Which command I have to use? I have to use quit command. I have to use quit command, guys. Okay, I have to use quit command. I have to use quit command for that. So here, write down quit command demo. I'll write the same automation script. I think it's already there somewhere. Yeah, click quit multiple windows. Quit command multiple windows. I'll write multiple windows demo with main method I'll create. I'll write the automation script in a faster way. Chrome driver driver is equal to new Chrome driver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Put a semicolon here, Control Shift O, then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get command, provide the application page URL here, provide the application page URL, this application page URL, provide it here. Now after providing that application page URL there, then I want to open the multiple windows as usual. I would like to click on this open a pop-up window link and then open the pop-up window. It's a link text, copy this link text between the tags and driver dot findElement by dot link text, provide the link text locator, that is a text between the anchor tags, and say dot click. This will open the pop-up window. After that, I want to, or else I would like to open this window first. Here, inspect this. ID locator is there. Copy this ID locator. I'll write down driver.findElement. Any order you can open, guys, no problem. I'm just using this order for a different case. Driver.click. And finally, I'll use driver.quit. No matter what, all these browser windows, this parent window and these two child windows will be closed at a go. Driver.quit will not close only the current focus Selenium window. Rather, it will close all the browser windows, whether it is in focus or whether it is not in focus. All the browser windows that are opened in the browser will be closed automatically, guys. It will be very fast. Just observe that. It will be very fast. Before you see, it will close all the browser windows. You see how fast it was? It was closing all the browser windows. No browser windows left out. Right? Yes, correct. That's correct, guys. Everyone clear with this concept of close and quit? And understood the difference between close and quit? Everyone understood the difference between close and quit? Just type C or S in the chat box if you are clear so far. If you are clear so far, just type C or S in the chat box. Anything is fine. Okay. We have a lot of other commands, guys, that I have to cover. Okay. Get attribute is one important command. isDisplayed is one good command. isEnabled is one good command. isSelected is a good command. Navigate is a good command. Get page source, submit, get tag name, get CSS value, get size, get location, get rect, full screen, set size, get class, page load timeout, or the different commands we have. Okay. Let's go with the get attribute now. Let's go with the get attribute command now. The next command is what? Everyone type in the chat box, get attribute command. Everyone type in the chat box the name of the command, that is get attribute command. Get attribute is the name of the command, guys, that I'm going to cover now. Get attribute. What is this get attribute command? I told you earlier, right? For example, I was telling you, if I want to get the label text of this particular button, if I inspect this particular button here and go to the HTML code of this particular button, if I see the HTML code of this button, just drag it here. If you see the HTML code, can I use get text command to get the label text of this button? Can I use get text command to get the label text of this particular button? Because why? What is the reason? What is the reason why I cannot get the label text of this particular button? What is the reason behind that? What is the reason, guys? No text is there between the tags. That's 100% right, Satya. Whatever you said is 100% right. No text is there between the tags. Here input tag is there. There is no input closing tag. In between the starting and ending input tags, we don't see any text. So this particular label text, if I want to retrieve from the button, that particular label text should be between the starting and ending tags of the HTML. For this particular button, it's not there. What if I inspect this some button here, submit button, let's say, or login button, whatever the button here, I'll inspect that. In this case, can I use getText command to get the text between the tags? Can I get the getText command to get the label of this particular button, which is login, which is nothing but the getText between the tags? Yes, we can do the getText command. But with this button, then what about this button, search button? We cannot do that. With search button, we cannot do that. But with that login button, we can do that. With search button, we cannot do that. But even, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it is possible to get the label text, but with the help of getText, it is not possible. Then which command I have to go and use to get the label text of this button? What do you think, guys? Which command I have to use to get the label text of this button, even though the text of this particular label text of this particular button is not there between the tags of the HTML code of this element? I have to use get attribute command. You are 100% right. Now, guys, before I use the get attribute command, identify the attribute which exactly matches with the label text of the button. The case also should match. Case also should match. If it is an uppercase, it should be uppercase, like that. Exact attribute value. Just go to this HTML code and tell me the name of the attribute which is having this particular text as a value. Which attribute is having that? Yes, value attribute. Okay, value is the attribute, right? Your title is also there, but the text is in lowercase. You can see that, right? S is in lowercase, so it's not the exact label. So value attribute has exact label text. So I want to get the value of this particular value attribute. For that, which command I have to use? Get attribute command I have to use. Value of the value attribute I have to get. I have to get the value of the value attribute to get the label text of this particular button. So using the get attribute command, I can do that. I'll create a new class to explain this get attribute command. New class. I'll just name this command as class as get attribute get attribute command mo. With main method, I'm going to click on finish, and I'm going to simply say Chrome driver is equal to Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O. Then simply say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get provide the application command application URL. That is omai.blogspot.com application URL I'm providing, guys. After providing the application page URL, what I'm going to do, I want to get the label text of this button. I'll inspect this particular button and I can see this HTML code. You see, I have to take this attribute name, that is value. First, I have to locate this button, guys. I have to somehow locate this button. So what is the locator? How to locate this particular button? Input class. This class is different. You see, even the parent element is also having the same class. It's a duplicate class. I cannot take that. Then I'll do one thing. I'll take the XPath expression of this particular button. I'll create an XPath expression of this button. Control F or right click here and simply say selector sub copy relative XPath and paste it. What is coming? It's taking the value. I don't want to take the value, guys. I'll just give, instead of value, right, I'll give title and give lowercase title. Okay. Or some other attribute you can give. That's okay. Some other attribute you can give. That's okay. Your type submit is there, right? That also you can give. Class and type also you can give. You can give like this: /input. If you are able to create your own XPath expressions, you can do this. Okay. At the rate class is equal to GC search button is a class. But if I do that, what is the problem with this? What is the problem with this XPath expression? I think this should work actually. XPath expression should work. It's locating, because here this particular class is same, but it having the TT tag. Here input tag is there. So only one element is getting located. That is nothing but this particular button, guys. The button is getting located. We can use this XPath expression. Copy this XPath expression and create using the XPath expression. Using the XPath expression, I am finding the element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath expression of that particular search button. Now, this is nothing but the button. So which command I have to use here? Dot. Which command I have to use, guys? Which command I have to use here? Dot.
Click.
No. Which command I have to use to get the label text of the button? To get the label text of the button, which command I have to use? I want to get the label text of the button, right? Get attribute command.
Get attribute.
Yes. If you want to click on the button, click command is right answer. But here our purpose is not to click on the button. Our purpose is to get the label text of the button. Okay. Get attribute command. So from which attribute? Here I will give double quotes. Here I'll give double quotes in the get attribute command. What is the name of the attribute which is holding the label of this particular button? What is the name of the attribute which is holding the label of this particular button? Value attribute. Copy this value attribute, copy this value attribute name, go here and paste it here. Now this get attribute command, what is the return type of the get attribute command? Tell me guys, what is the return type of the get element command? Get attribute command, what is the return type?
String.
Yes, string. So do you take, whenever you are writing a statement here, you have to store that particular thing to create a variable. For example, here you take some variable ABC as a variable, assume that the return type of this variable should be the return type of this find element or get attribute. Here two methods are there, right? In this single statement, we have two methods. The return type of the find element we have to declare, or the return type of the get attribute we have to declare. We have to declare it as web element or string. Tell me guys. We have to consider get attribute, guys. We have to consider get attribute. The last method we have to consider. No matter how many methods are being called. You see driver object reference dot find element. This particular is the object of the web element. Object of the web element dot get attribute. Now get attribute return type is what? String. So we should not be considering the find element. We should be considering the get attribute. Everyone clear now? We have to consider string here. String. Okay, we should not write web element here. The last method in the method chaining statement, the last method's return type we have to consider here. Okay. So what is this? Button label, right? Button label, I'll write button label. You can give a proper name. You don't have to give ABC always. You can give a proper name. Here write down system.out.println. Print the button label. After printing the button label, I would like to close the browser. Which command is better? Quit command is better, right? We are not getting socket exception, etc. I'm going with the quit command here, so that it will automatically close the browser. I don't have to close the browser manually. Let's run the script and see what is happening. It will open the Chrome browser, maximize the browser, open the application page URL. Then it will retrieve the label text of the particular button using the value attributes value, okay, which is stored in the value attributes value of the HTML code of that particular button, which is a okay. And in the output console, we'll see the label text of the button. Label text of the button, that is search text, right? Capital S search will come here. You see? Did you get the label text? Guys, clear? Clear, everyone? Yes. Guys, don't worry about these particular things. Okay. This we cannot do anything. If they are coming, right, ignore them. Okay. This kind of red, even though they look like errors, they are not real errors, guys. It's okay. Okay. Warning, unable to find an exact match, CDP version, running the closest version of CDP. Who is actually deciding the version here? Selenium manager. It's out of our control. So don't worry about these error messages. Okay. These are not the real error messages. You can ignore them. Okay. The output you can see here properly. The script is working fine. That's okay. You don't have to worry about the red color. Everything that is in red color is not a danger thing. Okay. So a lot of people think that, you know, this kind of messages are coming. Is my script failing? The answer is no. Your script is not failing. Your script is working fine only. You can ignore these errors. Okay. You can ignore the errors. How to turn off them are also there, but that comes into advanced parts of Selenium. How to turn off this kind of red color warning messages, etc. Okay. If you want to do that in Selenium automation, there are some ways, but that I cannot cover now because that comes into advanced parts of Selenium. Okay. Fine. So don't worry about that messages, but the content is clear, right? If you want to get the any attribute value you can get, guys, not on this button level text. What if I want to get the, if I inspect the search button, I want to get the class attribute value, or I want to get the type. I want to get the type. What is the type here, guys? What is the type of this particular button? What is the type of this particular button? Which type it is? Guys, I can get the type of the button. What is the type of the button? Submit type. Submit type. So if I want to retrieve the submit, what I have to do? If I have to retrieve the submit to know the type of that particular input element, what I have to do? Same button label text. Sorry, here driver.findElement. I'll copy this one. Dot get attribute I have to say. And here, instead of giving the value attribute, which attribute I have to give here? Which attribute I have to mention? Yes, type. In the double quotes, we have to give type as the attribute. Okay. Then it will get the value of the type attribute. What is the value of the type attribute? What is the value of the type attribute here in the HTML code? What is the value of the type attribute here? What is the value of the type attribute here? Submit. Submit will come. If you give the name of the attribute as value, then the value of the value attribute search will come. you give the name of the attribute to the get attribute command as type, submit value will come. You give the name as the title, attribute name as title for the get attribute command, search text will come. If you give the class as the attribute, gsc-search-button will come. Okay, that's how the get attribute command works. That's how the get attribute command works. Okay, now this time what will come, guys? String button type. Button type is equal to, now system.out.println, system.out.println. I'll just print out the button type. I'll print out the button type. Run this code, right click, run as Java application. What will be the button type, guys? Submit. Able to understand, guys? You see, get attribute command is not only for retrieving the label of the button. It can retrieve any attribute value of the any particular element. Any element you take, it may have a lot of attributes. If you want to get the values of that attributes, that is the purpose of the get attribute command. Okay, search and submit came. Clear now, guys? Everyone clear now? What is the purpose of the get attribute command is clear. It will get the attribute value of the given attribute here. If you give the value attribute, the value of the value attribute will come. If you give the type attribute, the value of the type attribute will come. That's what is a get attribute command. Okay, if get text command is not solving your problem, you can go a second chance. You can give a second chance for get attribute command to retrieve whatever you want. Okay, in which attribute value that particular label text or whatever it is stored, you can go with that attribute, give the name of the attribute, get attribute will command will, based on the given attribute, you will get the value of that attribute, which is nothing but the solution for our problem. Okay, sometimes. But it's not like that every time you want to get the label of the button, right? Sometimes you want to find the type of the button and all those stuff. In that case, you can give a different attribute name and you will get the different value of that particular attribute. Okay. So everyone, if it is clear, just type C in the chat box. I just want to know if everyone is able to understand so far. If everyone is able to understand so far, just type C in the chat box. I just want to see if everyone is clear so far without any problems, any doubts. If you have any doubts, you can ask me still. This is the get attribute command, guys. The difference between get text and get attribute is very important. In the interviews, they are going to ask you, guys. Okay. In the interviews, most of the interviewers will ask you if they have to check your knowledge of Selenium automation. Most of the interviewers will not ask you the basic commands. They'll ask you the difference between get text command and get attribute command. You should be ready for. Okay. With today's explanation, you should be able to answer this. Get text command will retrieve the text between the HTML tags of a particular element, whereas get attribute command will retrieve the value of the given attribute name that is passed as an argument to this get attribute command. Okay, that's what you have to answer, guys. Okay, it's very important. Get text and get attribute difference is a very important question in the interviews. So you have to focus more on these commands in the interview perspective. Fine. The real time also it's very important. In interview perspective also it's very important.
Sir, small doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in that program, can you please go to the program, sir?
Yes.
So other than this XPath, any other values we can take it, sir? I mean, not by dot XPath.
You can give anything. If you have any other locators, you can give definitely.
Can you please go to the code, sir, if you don't mind? Just we'll see. Is there any for JSA search item? That particular website, can you go, sir? Website.
Okay.
Yeah, in that website, can you just right click that one? Yeah, we'll see any.
This is HTML code.
Yeah, only class is there.
Yeah, class is there, but you cannot go with class because class is duplicated here.
Okay.
The parent is also having the same class. That's why I didn't go. You see, ID is not there. I cannot go with ID locator. Name locator is not there, right?
Yeah.
What is the next one? Class, but class is duplicated, right? TD is also having the same class, and class is also this input tag is also having the same class. So since I can clearly see that the class is duplicated, I cannot go with the class attribute, class locator also. Then what is the next attribute possible? Is it a hyperlink? No, it's not a hyperlink. Can I go with the, there is a like, is there any text between the anchor tags like that? It's not there. So link text is not possible. Then what is possible if ID is not possible, name is not possible, class name is not possible, XPath or CSS are possible. I have to create it the XPath. That's why I went to the XPath. Clear?
Sir, one more thing. Even though if it is duplicate, we can give some index, na? Index 1, index 2 like that.
Index 1, index 2 is available in XPath only, right? It's not there in the class.
Okay.
Again, we have to go for XPath only, right?
Okay. Fine.
So again, instead of going for XPath, I'm directly doing this. This is the best way, right? Rather than going for index. Okay, got it, right?
Okay, sir. Yeah, got it.
Okay, fine. Anyhow, I'll cover XPath expressions in depth for you in the upcoming sessions. Don't worry about that. You will be clear about that. Okay. Don't worry about that. Okay. Okay then. Next one. is what? Next one is displayed, is enabled, is selected commands. Okay, these are the three commands, guys. These are the three commands which work in a similar fashion. Either they will return true or false. All these three commands, based on some situations, will return either true or false. Type, guys. Type in the chat box what they can return. Type in the chat box what they can return. Is displayed, is enabled, is selected will return what? Either true or false. Only two options. Either true or false. Is displayed will return either true or false. Is enabled will return either true or false. Is selected will return either true or false. Okay. The outcome of these three commands in Selenium automation is either true or false. So based on what this particular is displayed command will return true or false. If the element is visible on the page, no matter the status, no matter whether it is enabled state or disabled state, if the element is at least displayed on the page. For example, if you see this particular button, guys, if you see this particular button, is this particular button displayed on the page? Yes or no? Tell me, is this particular button displayed on the page? Yes, the particular button is displayed on the page, 100% right. Button 2 is available on the page. Button 2 is available on the page, is visible on the page. So is displayed command for this particular button will return true or false? Tell me. In the answer, you have to tell me whether is displayed command will return true or false for this particular button. It will return true. That true is the correct answer. Okay, true is the right answer. What about this button, button 1? Will it return true or false? Tell me, guys. Some people are saying false, some people are saying true. Just give your answer, guys. No problem. Whether it is right or wrong doesn't matter. You give your opinion. That's okay. This particular button is displayed on the page. Yes or no? This particular button is displayed on the page. Yes or no? The answer is true, guys. A lot of people have said false, but the answer is what? True. Why? This button, I'm not asking whether this button is in enabled state or disabled state. I'm asking you whether these particular buttons are displayed on the page. Whether this particular button is enabled state or disabled state, they are displayed on the page or not. Yes or no? Yes, displayed but visible. Displayed but visible. Displayed. Disabled but visible. Otherwise, you can say disabled but visible. The answer is disabled but visible. But here, is displayed will come. Is displayed command will work how? If it is visible, it will return true. Whether the button is in disabled state or enabled state doesn't matter. Whether the button is in enabled state or disabled state doesn't matter. If the button is visible on the page, the button is visible on the page, irrespective of its state of the button. You can see the button, right? Button 1 is, we can see that. It's in disabled state, but we can see that. Visible. Visibility is still there. Displaying is already there. Button 2 is displayed. Button 1 is displayed. So what is the answer, guys? Everyone type in the chat box the final answer for this button 1. What the is displayed command will return. Type in the chat box the answer. The finalized answer. True is the answer. No matter whether it is enabled state or disabled state, doesn't matter. If the button is visible on the page, it is true. This is displayed command will return true. I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So you can ask me what kind of thing can be not visible on the page, right? You may ask me here button 2 is visible, button 1 which is in button 2 which is in enabled state is visible, button 1 which is in disabled state is also visible. But is there any such kind of button which is not visible on the page? Yes. Can you see a label here? Guys, can you see a label here like hidden button kind of label? Hidden kind of label, can you guys see that? Here there is a button, guys. Can you see the button here on the page? Under the hidden button label, can you see the button on the page? No. But if I inspect this particular label, and go to the HTML code, guys, here, under the div tag, there is the input tag, which is having an attribute known as hidden attribute, which is making this particular button has hidden here. There is a button, guys, which is not visible on the page. If I remove this hidden attribute, now you can see the button. Can you see the hidden button here? Can you see the button here, which is now visible? The moment I remove the hidden attribute here, which is this particular button has hidden attribute mentioned. That's why it's not visible on the page. If I try to use isDisplayed command with this kind of button where, you know, just give me a second. If I try to locate this particular hidden button, which is not visible on the page, and try to use isDisplayed command, isDisplayed will return true or false this time. This time it will return false. This time it will return false. Able to understand, guys? Able to understand? Yes or no? Yes, great. Okay. If the button is either enabled or disabled state, but it is visible on the page, means it will isDisplayed command will return true. But if the button itself is not visible on the page, if a particular element is not visible on the page, isDisplayed command for that particular element will return false. Okay, now clear na? With the example, it's clear na? Okay, that's how we have to do. Fine, I'll go to this and create the command. I'll demonstrate the command isDisplayed command. I'll demonstrate isDisplayed command demo. IsDisplayed command demo with this main method. Click on finish. I'll write some automation script here. I'll write the script like this: Chrome driver driver is equal to new Chrome driver driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, Control Shift O, then simply write down driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get. Open the application page URL. Open the application page URL here. Open the application page URL here and locate this particular button. Button 2, inspect this particular button, which is button 2. I'll create locators for all the 3 buttons. I'll locate all the 3 buttons. Which one? First button is in enabled state, but it is visible on the page. It has an ID, guys. ID. I'll copy the ID locator of that particular button. findElement by.id. Provide the ID locator of the button. I'll simply say button 2. Button 2 is equal to create web element for that. I created one web element already. I'll try to create another locator for this another button, that is button 1. It has an ID. Copy this and simply write down driver.findElement by.id. Provide the ID locator of the button 1. Provide the ID locator of the button 1. Put a semicolon here, and here I'll write button 1 is equal to hold the mouse on this button 1 and create web element. Second web element is created. Now hidden button, I'll work on the hidden element. Where is the hidden button here? Hidden button. Inspect this. Somewhere here we have this input feed. It has an ID. H button is the ID here. Copy this. Write down driver dot findElement by.id. Provide the ID locator of that particular hidden button, which is not visible on the page. Simply say H button or some button 3. Let's say button 3, which is a hidden button. Over the mouse, create web element. Over the mouse and say create local variable. And simply write down system.out.println system button 2 dot is displayed. What will be the output, guys? Tell me, what will be the output for this? What will be the output? Tell me, guys. What is the output? isDisplayed command will return true or false. Button 2 dot is displayed true. It will print. Statement will print the return type of this is displayed. Here true will be printed. System.out.println button 1 dot is displayed. Tell me, guys, what is the answer? What is the answer for this? True again. This button is in enabled state. This button is disabled state, but both are visible on the page. So isDisplayed command will return true for sure. System.out.println. If I say button 3 dot is displayed, then this time what will be the output? This time false will be the output because that particular button is not visible on the page. So false will be printed. Finally, I'll write driver.quit to close the browser window. To close the browser window, I am using driver.quit, guys. So get habituated to use driver.quit at the end of the script. So the script will close automatically. Close the browser automatically. You don't have to. Okay. So true, true, false should come. True, true, and false should come as output. First button is enabled, but it's visible on the page. Second button is disabled, but visible on the page. So isDisplayed will return true for both of the things. But the last button is not visible on the page at all. Neither it is enabled nor it is disabled, but it's not visible on the page. So third button will return false. isDisplayed command for the third button will return false. Okay. So run the script and see true, true, false. Whatever we thought has come as the output. Hidden button is returning false. For hidden button, we are getting false as the output. Clear, everyone? Just type C in the chat box if you are clear. Just type C in the chat box if you are clear. How to use the isDisplayed command. Sometimes you have to check whether a particular element is visible on the element is available on the page. That you will understand when we go to the real automation scripts. Once we go to the framework level and once we try to automate something, right? This isDisplayed command we are going to use. At that time, you'll understand the actual purpose of the isDisplayed command. At this level, when you are learning the commands, you don't worry about the real-time use case, but try to understand what is the output of this command when used with different type of buttons. A button which is in enabled state but visible on the page, isDisplayed command is returning true. A button which is in disabled state but is still visible, it is returning true. But a particular button is not displayed on the page, which is in hidden state, isDisplayed command is returning false. Okay, clear now? Guys, if it is clear, just type C in the chat box. Just type C in the chat box if it is clear. I'll cover 2 more commands, guys. For today, I'll cover 2 more commands. Okay. I thought I'll complete today, but I'm not able to complete it. Remaining commands I'll cover tomorrow. Okay. So from where we started today, from sendKeys command we started. sendKeys clear, get text, get title, get current URL, close command, quit command, get attribute command, isDisplayed command I completed so far. 2 more commands I'll cover because they are on the same level. Okay. Remaining commands from navigate to remaining commands I'll cover tomorrow. So the commands are taking time. That's okay. It's okay to take the time. The important commands anyhow they are covering. So anyhow I'll cover isEnabled and isSelected today for you. It's very simple commands, guys. Now we can clearly understand what is isEnabled. Now if I use isEnabled with button 2, will it say true or false? isEnabled will return true or false for this button. Button 2 isEnabled, true or false? This button is in enabled state. True will be coming. What about isEnabled with button 1? Button 1 isEnabled, false. False, right? Here text box field is there. Can you see the text box field? It's in disabled state or enabled state?
Disabled.
So isEnabled will return false. For this text box also false. For this particular text box field, isEnabled will return what? True. Because it is an enabled state. It is enabled state, so true. For example, this checkbox field is there. Is this checkbox field is an enabled state or disabled state? Tell me. Enabled state. So isEnabled will return true for this. What about this checkbox field? I cannot select this checkbox field, which is in disabled state. isEnabled will return false. It may be any element. Okay, if the particular element on the web page is in enabled state, isEnabled will return true. And if the particular element is kind of disabled state, isEnabled will return false. I'm going to demonstrate that with the buttons only. So for that, I'll create one more class here. For everything, I'm creating a new class because my intention is that I can cover in a single file, but that will confuse you and will not make you confident. That's why every time for every command, I'm creating a new class, guys, so that you have the reference at the same time, you will get the confidence. Okay. So isEnabled command demo. Okay. Every time I'm writing the code just for your sake, guys. Okay. Because you are the beginners and all. Okay. You need to get habituated with few stuff. Okay. So for that habituation, I'm writing all this code again and again. Even though it's hectic for me, I'm doing this for you because my intention is to make you guys kind of confident in Selenium automation. And also the reference wise also, it will be very easy for you to refer this tomorrow when I upload this code, right? Once all the commands are completed, I'll upload this code. You can refer to these commands and practice. driver.manage.window.maximize and driver.get. Provide the application page URL. This is application page URL. So here, get to this particular button which is in enabled state. Inspect this particular button. You'll get the HTML code of this button. ID attribute is there. Copy the ID attribute of the button and simply write down driver.findElement by.id. Provide the ID locator of the button. And put a semicolon here. This is button. Button 2 is equal to. Button 2 is a enabled state button. Create a web element. Okay. Simply write down driver.findElement by.id. Provide the ID locator of the another button which is in disabled state. What is that button which is in disabled state? This is a button. Inspect that button. We got the button 1. Copy this. This is a button 1. Control Z. Inside double quotes I have to copy. So button 1 is equal to create. Sorry guys, my internet got disconnected. I connected via my mobile data now. Okay, guys, can you see my screen? Yes, sir. Okay. So somehow there was a glitch in my internet and it got disconnected. Now I am connected to my mobile data. So let's see. I'll try to complete this one today. That's the reason I connected again. Just give me a second. Okay. That I'm not getting. Yeah, fine. So here I'm writing the code, guys. I'm writing the code here. So simply I'll write down system.out.println, system.out.println. Why it's kind of slow? Fine. System.out.println button2 dot is enabled button2 dot is enabled will return true or false. Tell me, guys, button2 is an enabled state or not? It's an enabled state, so it will return true. Now if I write system.out.println button1 dot is enabled, this is in disabled state, so is enabled will return false here. Okay, is enabled will return false here. Okay, save this, and here also write one more line, that is driver.quit, put a semicolon, run the script, right click, run as Java application. Let's see how the script will work. Let's wait for the script to launch. Let's wait for the browser to launch, maximize, and open the application page URL. Yeah, and immediately it has to check whether that particular buttons are in enabled state or not. First one is coming as true, second one is coming as false. Whatever we expected is happening. So everyone clear with isEnabled command? Everyone clear with the isEnabled command? Yes, we can store into the Boolean variable. That's okay. The return type is, you see here, either you are printing it directly or you can store the result of this isEnabled in a Boolean variable and print the variable also. Anything is fine. Okay. Okay, anything is fine. Padma, you can try that out. Okay, button2 dot is enabled will return type is Boolean only. You can store into a variable of Boolean data type, and in the print statement you can print the variable which is holding the Boolean value. Okay. What is replace web element? What is replace web element? Padma, what do you mean by replace web element?
Yeah, yes, sir. Get attribute is store in string value, right? Like that we have
Yes.
to store in Boolean.
That's not compulsory. If you because I am going to demonstrate what is enabled is returning, so you can store and print also. That's also okay. Or you can what your question is, I can get it. Okay. So what you are saying here is, instead of directly printing like this, can we do like this? Okay. Button2 dot is enabled. Put a semicolon. The return type of the is enabled is Boolean value. Boolean. B1 is B2 is equal to Boolean B2 is equal to system.out.println B2. System.out.println B2. You can do like this also. Got it?
Yeah, no, sir. Web element. We can replace the web element, sir. Can we replace the web element? Like get attribute you stored in string type. Like that we have to store in Boolean button2 equal like that.
I didn't get that. Come again.
Get attribute ni మీరు string లో type store చేశారు కదా sir.
Okay, I'll go to that example. Just give me a second. Get attribute. Okay. Yes, I have stored get attribute. Get attribute in the, okay, you can do that. You can do that also. No problem.
Yes, string.
I got your question now. You can write like this: driver dot find element by dot id but1, let's say but1 dot is enabled. You can write like this. No problem. These are multiple ways of writing. Whatever you feel, it's a method chaining mechanism. Okay, it's a method chaining mechanism. You can write like this. The return type of the is enabled is what? Boolean. You can write Boolean here. Boolean. Anything is fine. Anything is fine. Whatever you feel you want to write, the way you want to write, you can write. System.out.println.
Okay, sir. Now I understood.
Now you got the clarity, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to create the web element and directly you want to do the operation, you can do that. If you want to reduce the number of lines, you can directly go like this. Or you can directly put this driver.findElement.isEnabled inside the print statement directly. Even you don't have to write 2 lines also. In a 1 line also you can finish up, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. This is up to your flexibility, okay? So I'll try all the ways. You can use any of the ways, okay? Up to you. If you want
Even
to
we can write condition also, no, sir?
Which one?
Even we can write condition also, na? Condition. If driver dot find element is enabled is equal to true, like that also we can write, no? Directly.
We can
if
write the
condition.
condition also. You see, if you want
Yeah.
to pass the test or fail the test, right? You can write the condition. If condition, if V1 also you can write. If V1, this particular button is in enabled state, else button is in disabled state. Like that also you can print it out. Up to you.
Without
That's
boolean
the
B1
next-
also we can directly write, no, sir? No
Which
need
one?
write boolean B1. If brackets driver dot find element is enabled is equal to true, directly condition we can write, na?
We can write that also.
Boolean.
Driver dot find element by dot id is enabled double equal to true. You can write that. Okay. If condition directly you can write. That's up to you. That's a Java logic, right? The way you want you can write, but I'm going with a way which you are which can comfortably understand. But all the ways you can try still. Okay. Everyone clear now? Everyone clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, one thing.
Yes.
So like this enabled is enabled will return true or false, right?
Yes, either true or false only. Only two options.
The question is like we will only check the buttons, or we will like by using.
We can check anything. We can check anything. It may not be buttons. You see, if you try this is enabled with this locator of this text box field, right, which is in disabled state, is enabled will return false for that.
Okay, like can
it's
we
not
check
only for buttons. It's not specific to buttons. It can be any element which is in either in disabled state or enabled state. If you want to know a particular element on the web page, whether it is a button or whether it is a checkbox field or whether it is a text box field or whether it is in anything which is in enabled state, means is enabled will return true. If it is in disabled state, is enabled will return false. Clear now, Ram?
So like is it applied to all the elements, like even icons, everything, right, sir?
Everything it is applicable. If that is possible for to disable that particular element, it's possible. A particular element, for example, if you see this text box field, it is an enabled state or disabled state?
Enabled state.
Enabled state. How can I make it disabled? In the HTML code, we should be able to add one attribute known as disabled. Okay. Here at the end or something, just add an attribute like disable. Disable or disabled, I don't remember. I'll try disabled here. You see it got disabled or not? Now I cannot click on this, right? Temporary changes I am doing. If I want this particular button to be disabled, inspect. And here add an attribute known as disabled. Whatever the elements for which you can add this disabled attribute and disable it, such kind of elements you can use isEnabled command without any problem. Got it? Radio button. Disabled.
But ideally, we shouldn't do that one, sir. Coding developers permission, they don't give permission to add.
These are temporary changes. These are temporary changes.
Yeah,
Even
practice
developers will
fine,
do
but
that.
real time, you shouldn't do code modification, I think.
In real time?
Code modification like that, enable disabling, we
You
shouldn't
see,
do.
developers will not give you the access anyhow.
First of all, they don't give access.
To do also nothing will happen, right? These are only temporary changes just to see how the changes are reflecting on the UI. Okay, once you reload the page, the changes are gone. Okay, there's no use. And for example, this practice automation here, okay, this is only for learning purpose only, guys. You cannot do it. This is not permanent changes. Okay, whatever I'm doing here are not the permanent changes. Disable. Can I disable a particular text? I don't think so. It is allowing, but it's like disabling is not possible for the text. You see, for this kind of fields, it can be disabled and all. Okay, for whatever the fields, disabling is possible. There you can apply the isEnabled command and check whether the particular element is in enabled state or disabled state. Okay, clear?
Clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Generally, we don't use. Generally, we use this isEnabled command with buttons, text box fields, checkbox fields, like that only. Okay, because in real time, developers also will disable such kind of things only. Okay, they'll not disable any text or something. Okay, there's no use of disabling a text, right? So there's no need. Okay, so that is what is isEnabled command. Finally. The final command for today is isSelected command, which is on the same lines. But how the isSelected command is different, I'm going to tell you. Here, these two radio buttons are in selected state or in deselected state. Tell me. They are in selected state, yes or no? Yes or no, guys? No. None of these radio buttons are in selected state. If I scroll down completely here bike radio button, selected state or not selected state? Is it in selected state? No. The bike radio button, it's not selected state, no selected state. Okay, whereas bicycle, selected state. Bicycle is in selected state. Car is in not selected state, not selected state. Here pen checkbox field is in not selected state. Book checkbox field is in selected state. Laptop, not selected state. Bag, not selected state. Now, if I use isSelected command with this bike radio button, it will return true or false. Tell me. isSelected command. False. Correct. That's 100% right. False is the right answer. What if I use isSelected command with bicycle radio button? True. That's 100% true. What if I use isSelected command with pen checkbox field? Pen checkbox field. Pen checkbox field. False. That's correct answer. False is the correct answer. What if I use isSelected command with book checkbox field? True. You can clearly understand, right, how isSelected command is going to work now, right? It's very simple. Whether these radio buttons or checkbox fields are in selected state or not, isSelected command will help us find out. Okay, use it to find out whether the radio buttons and checkbox fields are in selected state or not is the purpose of the isSelected command. That's the main purpose of the isSelected command. Okay, so go here and let me run this isSelected command. Right click here. Now create a class isSelected command demo. Okay, the last final command for you today, guys. For today, I'm completing this command, isSelected command. I'm trying my level best in completing the things, but you know, the commands are like that. You see, execution will take a lot of time. Explanation. This is the first thing, right? You may not understand few things, so sessions will take time. Even though I try my level best to wrap up. Okay, but I don't want to skip anything. I don't want to hurry up and skip anything. That's the reason I'm going slow only still. Okay, I'm giving a lot of efforts, but still it's not completing. That's okay. That's okay, guys. Okay, that's okay. But at least I'm covering everything for you. That's okay. Maybe tomorrow, by the end of the tomorrow, we'll be completing this remaining commands. Remaining commands we'll complete tomorrow, guys. Okay, remaining commands we'll definitely try to complete tomorrow, most probably. Okay. So final command is selected command. I'll demonstrate that and we'll end the session for today. It's already late, I understand, but let's try to complete this. Okay, Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get command, provide the application URL. It's very simple. Go to this application page URL, paste it here. I'll take one of the radio button, which is bike radio button, which is not in selected state. Inspect that bike radio button. I'll get the HTML code for the bike radio button. You see, value bike is there. Value bike is there. I cannot create ID or name. Name is duplicated here. Vehicle is there. I cannot take name or ID or class. I cannot take link text. I have to go with an XPath expression or something. I'll copy this bike here and create an XPath expression, or right click here. So right click on this bike radio button and go to selector sub for a while and copy relative XPath and paste the XPath here and see. Yeah, it looks good. Cut and create the XPath expression, driver.findElement by.xpath. You can use selector sub, guys. Don't worry if you are not able to create your own XPath expressions. This is nothing but the bike radio button. Bike radio option. For the mouse, create web element. Okay. Now the next one. After bike, what is there? Bicycle radio button is there, which is in selected state by default. I'll take this bicycle. I'll right click, inspect on the bicycle radio button, selector sub, copy relative XPath and paste it here and see, I got a proper one. Cut and come back here, driver.findElement by.xpath, provide the XPath expression, put a semicolon here. It's nothing but the bicycle radio option is equal to over the mouse and create on a web element and done. That's it, also done. I created the web elements for both bike and bicycle radio buttons. Similarly, I'll create the radio buttons for this pen checkbox field and book checkbox field. Inspect this pen checkbox field. Okay, again, I'll right click here. Better to go with the selector sub here. Copy relative XPath. Paste it here. Okay, I got something like this. I'll take that, no problem. Or I'll go with some CSS selector, see whether I'm getting a proper CSS selector, selector sub, copy relative CSS selector, come back here and paste it here. Yeah, this is fine. Input value is equal to pen is also fine. This much is also enough. I think it will be able to locate. The CSS selector will be able to locate. 1 out of 2 are coming. That's a problem. Okay, 1 out of 2 are coming. Maybe whatever it has given is correct. Okay, mine is wrong. Right here, selector sub, copy relative CSS selector. I'll just paste it here and see. Yeah, name accessories. Fine. I'll take the same one. Only one is getting located. That is nothing but the pen checkbox field. Simply write down the code like this. Driver dot findElement by dot CSS selector. Either export or CSS selector you can use this because ID name. See, other remaining things are not possible. So this is pen checkbox pen checkbox field is equal to over the mouse. Create the local variable, and similarly write down the next one, that is book checkbox field. Inspect this book checkbox field. So right click here, selector sub, copy relative CSS selector, paste it here. Yeah, this looks very good and simple. And just write that here to see whether it is locating properly or not. One of one element only. For book it is fine. Then find out, right, driver dot findElement by dot CSS selector, provide the CSS selector of that book, and put a semicolon here, that book checkbox field, which is in selected state. Checkbox field is equal to checkbox field is equal to create the web element for that, create the web element for that. And now write down system.out.println bike radio button, bike radio option dot isSelected. What will be returned, guys? For bike, what will be returned? False will be returned. For bicycle, true will be returned, right? For bicycle, true will be returned. System.out.println bicycle radio option dot isSelected. This will return true because bicycle radio button is in selected state. What about pen? Pen is in deselected state, not selected state. So pen checkbox field dot isSelected will return false. System.out.println this pen checkbox field dot isSelected will return false. System.out.println book checkbox field dot isSelected will return true because book checkbox field is in selected state. Finally, I'll write driver dot quit. What should be the output, guys? Here false should come as the output. False should be printed in the output. Here true should be printed in the output. Here again false should be printed in the output, and here true should be printed in the output. This is the code. Right click, run as Java application. In a while, the browser will launch. It will maximize the browser, open the application page URL, and it will print false, true in the output. Everything is fine. It will print false, true in the output. Let's see. False, true. Is everyone clear with this? Guys, clear? Clear with the isSelected command? Just type C in the chat box if you are clear with this. Just type C in the chat box if you are clear with this. Clear, great. Okay, that's all for today, guys. That's all for today. Okay, whatever I covered so far is till this isSelected command. Tomorrow we'll start from navigate command, navigate, get page source, submit command, get tag name command, get CSS value, get size, get location, get rectangle, full screen, set size, get class, page load timeout. Remaining commands I'm going to cover tomorrow. Okay, the remaining commands I'm going to cover tomorrow, guys. Most probably tomorrow will be the last day for completing this getting started list of commands of Selenium WebDriver. After that, we'll go for the advanced Java concepts again, like arrays, strings, wrapper classes, exception handling, packages, handling files, and color. Remaining advanced topics of Selenium I'm going to cover. After that, we'll go with the locators, XPath expressions, and CS selectors. After that, we'll come back to the Selenium automation scripts. Okay, that's the plan. Or we can even postpone this, but if you really want XPath expressions before advanced topics of Selenium, let me know, guys. I'll cover that. Or if you want me to change the order, I can do that also. What do you think, guys? After this advanced Java concepts, do you want me to cover the locators or directly go to the Selenium concepts? What do you think? I can change the order if you want. Do you want me to go with the same order or a different order? If you want same, type same. If you want different, type different. It's up to you. Based on your decision, I'll take. Different. Ram is saying different. You want me to cover XPath expressions and CS selectors at the end. What about others? I want to go with the majority. Feel that
Whatever you
I-
feels good, do it, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I just want to see like what do you think, because I want to experiment and see like how people are thinking and what they want. Okay, because this will take a lot
Good
of
for
time.
whichever is good for interview, sir. Interview questions where it will come accordingly.
Interview questions, expert expressions, and CS selectors are
Then
important.
better to cover in the beginning only, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah, fine then. We'll ask it again when the time comes. Fine. Anyhow, tomorrow we'll try to complete the Selenium WebDriver commands. Tomorrow is what, guys? Tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday we'll try to complete the Selenium WebDriver commands, and we'll start with this arrays or some concept we'll try to complete on one day. Maybe on Friday we'll complete arrays, and the next week, strings, wrapper classes, exception handling will be covered on 3 days. I think wrapper classes will not take much time. Strings and wrapper classes will take one day, and exception handling may take one day. Let's see how it takes. And packages already covered, guys. It doesn't take much time. Handling files will take time. Collections framework. Out of all these topics, right? Arrays will take one day. This will take one day most probably. Exception handling will take one day. Even more also sometimes, but I'll try to cover. Packages will not take much. This thing will take one day. This will take one day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days, guys. Okay. Total 5 days. That is next week complete. Friday will start, and next week by Thursday, I think we'll be able to complete these 2 topics. And on Friday, we'll talk about locators, and locators will take again 3 to 4 days. Okay, locators will take 3 to 4 days. After that, we'll go with the advanced concepts of Selenium. Okay, after that, we'll go with this advanced concepts of Selenium. That's the plan. Fine then. So that's all for today.
Sir, small doubt. Sir,
Yes.
these programs are there, no, sir? Can you please send across to sir these notepad files? It were there in the program files, I think. These programs.
This project.
Yeah. Yeah, the
You want this
notepads files
project?
will be there. If you right click and if you right click and go to there is some text files will be there actually. So the text files, if you can save some Google Drive and take it from there.
Okay. You want me to upload this project for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll do
For
that.
practicing, sir. If you need,
I got it.
actually,
I can
text
do that.
files also will be there, sir. Text files will be there, I think, somewhere. Right click.
No, you can take it online, no problem. We'll do one thing. I'll just generally I upload on the GitHub. I'll try to upload there. Just give me a second for batch. Selenium batch one crash course. Intro and break sites. Okay, what else repositories are there? Let's find it out. Batch to Java is there. Did I already upload any time? Till now, I didn't upload this project, right?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. I'll go to my repositories. Your repositories. Okay, Selenium batch one is there. Batch one course is there. Batch two. Okay. Practice. I think I have not uploaded that. I'll create a new repository here. Just create a new repository with the name Selenium batch 2. Okay, is that fine? Selenium batch.
Yeah.
Or whatever the name I gave, Selenium batch 2. That is fine. This will be able to recognize and click on create repository. I'll share it here. Don't worry. How I am doing that, don't worry. I'll cover that later when the time of GitHub and Jenkins will come. This will be clear for you. Till then, don't worry about what I'm doing here. This part you ignore if you don't understand.
Okay.
Okay, the space has become less again. Okay, the next one is there is a local repositories. Firefox local repos. Yeah, here I'll right click here and select show more options, git cache bash here, and simply write down, right click here and paste. Okay, only this URL is coming. I'll remove this. I have to run the command git clone, paste the URL and press enter. The folder will be created with Selenium patch 2. Go inside that folder, close this again, right? Now what I will do here is I'll go to this project, right click here, properties I'll go to the location where all this code has been written for us. All the project location I am going. I'll go inside the project. I'll copy all these files, Control A, Control C. and come back to this location, paste it here in the Selenium batch2 folder. This is a local repo. And here right click again, show more options, git bash here. I'll just run some commands so that this code will be uploaded to the GitHub. Git status, git add dot, git status, git commit -m, Selenium, getting started, commands, part 2. Okay, press enter. That's it. Git push origin. Okay, press enter. That's it. The code will be uploaded in a while. And just refresh here. You will get the code here. Whatever the code you want, you have it here, guys. Go to this repository. I'll paste this repository URL in the WhatsApp group. You can take it from there.
But where is that program, sir? Actually, SRS Java.
First, I'll share the URL for you. Just give me a second. GitHub repo, GitHub repository URL for batch2. Okay, batch2 Selenium. Just provide this URL here. You will get the URL. Okay. So once you open the URL, right, you have to go to src test Java. Once you go to src test Java, here getting started list pack will be there. In that package, you will find all the Java files. For example, today what I covered at the end is selected, right? Is selected. Let's find out the is selected command. Is selected command. Click on that, you'll get the code. Just click on this link. You see, did you get the code?
Yeah. So suppose if you add some more programs tomorrow, will it come automatically, sir, or you need to do commit -m, that origin commands you need to do once again?
Again, I have to upload.
Okay, automatically we cannot write.
I have to upload the updated version. Okay, tomorrow. At the end of the session, just remind me so that whatever the new things will come, right, that will get uploaded tomorrow. Okay.
So there is no automation, sir. Actually, automatically the moment you write in Eclipse, automatically
from Eclipse ID also we can do that, but we can do it manually also. So Eclipse ID also has some plugins and some kind of same thing, same commands we have to run directly. We cannot do. Or there may be some features also in Eclipse ID where directly right click and we can do that. Okay. But I prefer doing like this. Okay. So I'm habituated to do like this, but you can try all the different ways. Okay. When you automatically write, it will not happen. You have to take an action. Otherwise, it will not happen. Okay.
Fine, sir. Fine.
Automatic without your interference, it will not happen. The code will not get uploaded. The moment you say upload only, it will be uploaded. Okay. Either by using right click options or git commands, you have to upload. Okay, but not automatic. Okay then.
Fine, sir. Sir, a small doubt before we are closing. Which is faster, sir? Actually, XPath or CSS, or both are same?
CSS is faster, a bit faster when compared to XPath, but that doesn't mean that XPath is slower. XPath is also faster. Both are faster. Both are faster, but when you compare, CSS is even more faster. Clear now?
So what is the drawback of XPath, sir? It is too much consumes memory, something like that. XPath
nothing like that. It's not. It's a that's not correct point. Okay. XPath, the drawback was with Internet Explorer browser only. Okay. Remaining all browsers, it works equally with the CSS selector. And in fact, XPath is more powerful than CSS and can locate all the elements which CSS selectors cannot locate. Okay. So if you go to some company, they will use XPath expressions in depth. Okay. They'll use all the XPath expressions only. They will not use CSS or ID or name, anything they will not use. They have to habituate to that. Some companies, there will be some people, right? They will prefer to use CSS or XPath. Only when they need, they will go for XPath. Otherwise, they will go with CSS. Okay. Like different companies, different process will be followed. But, ultimately, if you ask me what I prefer XPath. Got it? Everyone have their own preferences.
Fine,
so
sir. Yeah, just
according to your needs, you can use that, or based on your company, you don't have to debate on this. Okay. When you are working on the company, you can clearly see what type of locators they are using in the project. Based on that, you can go ahead. Okay. With whatever the process they are following, you can go with that. There's not that much speed difference between XPath and CSS. Both are working in the same fashion, but there is a drawback for XPath in IE browser. If IE browser is not there in your list, it doesn't matter which one you use. Okay. If IE browser is there in your list means you have to carefully choose CSS selectors only. Okay, the first CSS selectors. If not, then only you have to go for XPath. If IE browser is there in your list, but anyhow, IE browser is now deprecated or not supported properly by Microsoft. So they are encouraging us to use Edge browser. So I don't think we have a problem there. Okay, we can use XPath also, or we can use CSS also, whatever you feel convenient and better. Up to person, company to company. It will
So
depend.
no drawback for XPath, right, sir? Except for IE
If
situation.
IE browser is not there, there is no drawbacks at all.
And CSS, sir, any drawback is there?
No
Though that is
drawback.
faster.
Only CSS is that some cases CSS may not be able to locate the elements. Okay, in some cases. Where XPath is only the final savior. Got it? Something that XPath can do, CSS cannot do, that is there, that I have to cover in the upcoming sessions. I'll cover that. Okay. Okay.
Fine, sir. No problem, sir. Thank you very much.
Fine. So that's all for today, guys. Then I think it's already late. So we'll wind up for today. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time and try to continue with the remaining commands of Selenium WebDriver and try to finish as much as fast as possible and go to the next levels. Okay. Then bye everyone. Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye. Yeah, welcome guys. See you.
Good night, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good night. Welcome. Bye.